What's up, Riftbounders? I'm back again with another VOD/coaching video. This time I got a coaching session with another top player, Entropy, who's been basically winning a lot of these online tournaments, and I've always seen them do extremely well. And lucky for me, they actually play a lot of Kai'Sa. One of my biggest issues right now is sort of like struggling with the Kai'Sa mirror, trying to prepare for Houston. In this coaching session, we played a full set of best of 3 and also reviewed every game. And I learned a lot about some of the fundamentals that I was missing and learned some useful card game philosophies that will help me improve and hopefully you as well. And without further ado, let's jump into the VOD.
You play Kaiser mainly, right, Lucky?
Yeah, I've been mainly playing Kai'Sa recently. Yeah.
Right. So first off, I'll ask, I like to ask certain students, I already know your competitive level, but what do you actually want to get out of coaching? Such a dead question to ask, but you got to ask it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, mainly I want to sort of brush up on anything I'm missing. I know I'm like sort of practicing for Houston, so I want to make sure that I'm not making any like mistakes that like at a fundamental level, and just maybe like get a little bit more practice, make sure I'm thinking about the right things when I'm playing the games, and so on and so forth, something like that.
100% with that I can help you with. Disclaimer, I always say it if someone's to go to Houston, the only thing I'll not give you is my team's decks. You know, I play with Presto.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I won't tell secrets that they've put in time to learn. But with Kai'Sa, yeah, I help you with that. I'll still help you with meta reads, understanding what you're probably going to play against. So that's why I next ask, what is your top 4 meta decks you think a meta, and what you think you're going to play against Houston?
Well, definitely I'm going to be playing against Kai'Sa. That's a given. In terms of the other decks, I actually feel like there could be a significant amount of Victor, just because how often I see Victors at my locals, even by like competitive players. So I'm thinking Victor will be a pretty big showing. Just because of like, access to the deck is very easy. It's like one of the cheaper ones. And yeah, I think a lot of people also like Victor too, so which helps. So Kai'Sa Victor. I think especially after the tournament this weekend, I think we'll be seeing a lot of Set. So I
free topper, yeah, probably.
yeah, especially if they play free stopper, yeah. And then so I also noticed that a lot of players at locals like playing Set too. So I think it's like a pretty common trend, at least here in the West. People really love Set. So I expect a lot of that. And then I'm thinking about like I saw a lot of showings with Annie, but I actually don't think Annie will be super popular just because of the fact that Proving Grounds is so hard to get. I'm sure like in like the higher echelons of competitive play, there's going to be a lot of Annie players. But I think like early on, I probably won't expect too many Annies in the bracket. So I'm actually not sure about Annie. I feel like Yi is kind of the same. It's like not super popular, I think. And then it's also like gated by the fact that Proving Grounds is hard to get. So I'm actually like kind of wondering, I think it's actually going to be Ari as the other most popular deck. And the reason for that is because I see a lot of Ari at locals, and obviously Ari is super popular, so that's why I think.
Okay, so you've got the 5 represented decks, yeah? Now, what do you think you should... First off, and the second one, ask, what do you think you should see? What are your top 4 decks? If you said you have to take 4 to a tournament, what are you taking? What would you take?
Oh, like what I would take personally, or what I would
not like personally, but like your top 4, your best decks. Like someone said, make a meta report right now. What would you tier list the top 4? Yeah.
Oh, definitely Kai'Sa. The thing is, I don't actually think some of these popular decks are going to be like top decks. I think they're going to be popular, and there's probably going to be a good conversion rate just because so many people are playing them. But I guess like just not even thinking about like the pure strength of the deck, I would say Kai'Sa, Set, Ari, and I'm thinking.
Yeah, but let's consider strength. Though.
Oh, strength.
That's what I want to pop on. Okay. Like, I want you to imagine you're against the best players on the best decks.
Yeah.
What are the best decks, right?
Okay. Okay. So in that case, that's a little different. I think it's gonna be Kai'Sa Yi. I think Yi, a lot of really good players can play that to a very good degree, and has a good matchup into Kai'Sa depending on the flavor you're running. So Kai'Sa Yi, and the thing is, I'm actually not sure about the last two because I think it's a hard question. It's a hard question. I'm thinking I feel like there's definitely going to be a lot of good players on Set, so I'm thinking Set could be up there. It could be.
Okay.
So Set as the third one, and then the fourth one, I could also go with Ari. I think a lot of good players are also playing Ari. So you know what? We'll just do those 4.
You think? So you would put Kaiser, Yi, Ari, and Set. That's close to what I think I would have. Yeah, no, yeah, you're definitely there. I think I would have put MF in there as
Oh
one of the
yeah,
best decks in the
Aurora.
game.
That's true.
The
How
best
did
deck
I
all the
miss
time.
that?
Yep. Yeah. Definitely put that in top 4. I think I would. So, I think already, this is. I'm always blunt when I do coaching. I think you're overvaluing player agency versus deck level power level. I think you said example. You said there's going to be a lot of great players in Ari, and Ari's a great deck. Ari is a great deck, but it's also got a 51% win rate into pretty much everything across the board, right? It's a really good deck because it doesn't have a bad matchup. But I think you're overrating how much player agency will make a difference in that win rate for
Yeah.
Ari.
Okay.
And that's why I don't have Ari in my top 4, for example, because I think, let's say you go to top 64 cut and you play Ari, you're also playing against other really good players. So if your base win rate with Ari it doesn't have a 51% spread against everything. It's actually, I would say it's Kaiser's favored into it. But let's just imagine for a second that Ari is favored into everything. 51% win rate. And then you get these really good players on it, but they're also against a really good player. Do you believe that 51% win rate will move that much based on them being a good player alone? Like, how much do you think it would move? Because I don't. In actuality, to what players think, it's not going to move as much as they believe. Usually, people will completely overstate it and say, "Well, if I'm really good at this deck and I'm a really good player, and he's a pretty good player, but I'm favored already and I'm a really good player, I'm going to be like 65-35, right? Or 60-40." And that just isn't the case in card games, unfortunately. I wish it was, but we're playing card games, right? Because if the player who's really good against the good player and it's 51% win rate, let's say they go to 56% win rate, just mathematically alone, the other player has to come down 5. That is a 10% swing, right? Which is huge. That is, in any card game stats, that'd be massive. So to like jump up to 60% would be a nearly 20% swing, right? And it's not feasible. Your play agency does not give you a 20% win rate in most card games. And that is in any card game. You look at Hearthstone stats, whatever it is, you'll never see these decks on. You'll never see, for example, you'll never go on Hearthstone. I don't know if have you played other card
I've played
games.
Hearthstone. Yeah, that was one of the first
Yeah,
card games I guess I played. Yeah.
right, great. You'll never go on Hearthstone meta stats. You'll never click top 500 legend and see a deck have 70% win rate. Well, they're all great players. They're all the top players on the best decks. So why aren't their win rates so high? And it's because player agency doesn't have that much of an impact as people think. It will still be 58%, 56%, right? Otherwise, that shit gets nerfed real quick. So never overrate player agency is the first thing I would say in a card game. And that is something that is really hard to learn. You obviously know Presto. Presto taught me this
Yes.
from Legends of Runeterra originally. He was only taught me this because he's really mathematical and he runs through Monte Carlo sims and he runs through these things. Is ego is a huge thing in players, and they always overrate their own player skill. This is not League of Legends where you can just win against every player if you're good enough. Unfortunately, so yeah, long-winded rant. That's why I wouldn't put Ari in my top 4. I think it's a really safe play. So that's that. So yeah, but I agree with everything else. I would just put MF in there. Because MF Aurora, that's another thing with these Aurora decks. There's no player agency, right?
Yeah.
They just win or lose, and that
Indeed.
But that's people laugh at it in Discord, and this is why I say, oh, I like Aurora because it doesn't have any player agency. You have really good win rate when you hit Aurora, really high win rate if you hit it on turn 3, and your agency has very little difference apart from like 2 or 3 turns. So like, if I said to you, hey, you can win 70% of the time as long as you play Aurora, or you can win 55% of the time with your cool deck that you have cool agency on, you're probably going to win the tournament more likely with 75%, right? Even if you sometimes just lose. But yeah, so you also agreed that Aurora is really strong because if it hits Aurora, it's just game over for most decks.
Definitely.
Yeah, specifically Kaiser. Kaiser has a horrible win rate into MF, which some people are coping on saying it's a good win rate for Kaiser. I generally think it's like 30-70 in MF's favor. It's crazy. I don't think it's winnable if the Kaiser player is good. But yeah, that's just to understand your top 4 readings, and they're pretty accurate, which I thought because you're a pretty good player. Right, let me set up my laptop as well, and we'll run through some games with Kaiser as well. We'll see some of the plays you make, especially in the Kaiser mirror. I think that's the most important thing I should teach you if you want to play Kaiser, because as you said, it's going to be a lot of Kaiser mirrors, unfortunately. Another thing to consider in Swiss stage is, yes, there might be 70%. There could be 35% represented victors, but because Swiss stage is, what is it? It's like elo matched, right? I forgot what you'd call it, but what 5-0 play against 5-0.
Yes.
You don't get matched down. You have to consider that most of these victors aren't going to win their first 2 games because they're just shit. Victor's shit, the players are shit. So the likelihood of you actually seeing Victor isn't as big once you win your first 2 games, right?
That's true.
Uh,
Yep.
So I do think you're overrepresenting the amount of victors you're going to see. Yeah, you'll see them in the tournament, but I don't think you'll play against as many as you think. And if you do, you're very happy because you're on Kaiser anyway. but
Yeah.
but yeah, I think you're definitely likely to see the sets for the. It's like first 2, you're more likely to see Kaiser Victor because they're overrepresented and no one's played good games yet. As you go into like your mid bracket, your 4, your 3, your 5, you're going to see a lot of set Annies. And then when you get to your 6, your 7, your 8, you're more likely to see Kaiser, Aurora, Yi. I'd say those 3. Maybe Aries who have played and won their matchups. So yeah, definitely Yi. And then when you get to top cut, most of the shit decks are filtered out.
Yeah. One reason MF Aurora has it's not come up in my head, even though I know it's a horrendous matchup, is because I think there's not that many people with Aurora decks, at least in the local level, so I never see it.
True.
And then I just forget
I
about
think, yeah, I agree. It's really hard to get a hold of, right?
Yeah.
You never want to play to just beat the Swiss stage, right? You want to play to win the tournament.
Yeah.
And that is the reason you have to be careful with Kaiser, and I'll go into that later on. Because obviously, if your top cut is going to be mostly Kaisers, the chance of you winning the tournament becomes a lot slimmer because it's based on a 50-50 win rate, right? Until player agency and maybe deck differences make a difference. So what card games did you play before this? Hearthstone?
Yeah, I played Hearthstone. I think my most competitive one was Hearthstone. I was able to hit Legend in that one. I did play Legends of Runeterra for a bit, not too much, but it was mostly casual. And then I didn't really play any other card games. I actually started playing Pokemon this year, the Pokemon card game, because I was waiting for Riftbound to release. And I guess I was a little bit competitive, but I wasn't super competitive on that one.
No, that's great to hear, because I do think there's the philosophy side then will especially help you after these games, because it helps most TCG players anyway, but especially people who haven't played a lot of poker. I talk a lot about poker in the Kaiser chat to people. They don't really know the theories of actual card games and the terms and the deep philosophy of it. They just play their cards in good patterns. Is the way to put it. They just curve properly and they play good reaction cards and think they're playing good card games, and they're playing all right, but it's not what the best players think.
Yeah.
Okay. Ready when you are.
Okay.
I have Mulligan 2.
I mulligan 2 as well.
I missed my 2 drop, but I'll play Orb and Astio.
Oh man, Orb. That's such a nasty tech.
Yeah. It's a nasty mirror card,
yeah. I'll just play a Yordle for 3 and draw and pass.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm thinking maybe I should have Orb, given all the Kaisa mirrors I expect to face.
Exactly. No, yeah, Orb is incredible. It is a Kaiser killer.
It is.
As I would say. There you go.
Okay, already. Let's see. Thinking. This Kaiser just goes over me. That is not great. But I feel like I kind of... Do I even need the point? This is a weird one, because right now I can go in, but I can't even go to... I can't go to 2 points, so it's
completely depends on your hand.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I'll tap 2.
If you don't mind, actually, take a screenshot of your hand now.
Oh yeah, I'm actually recording my side, so we can actually review it after.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some play people do that. So it's fantastic. Okay.
Yep. Sounds good. Yeah, let me think of it a little bit. I think I have to play the Pouty here. And I'll play 2 more for a hopeful. And thinking. This goes in with Orb. This dies for sure. I think it's fine. I think it's fine to let it die. I'll send it in. And then pass priority. And then so I go 1. And then I hold up 1 and I end.
Right. Okay. Yep. I'll go here with Kaiser.
Okay. I will react with a Stupefy on my Yordle. And I'll draw 2. And this is dead.
Get a point. I will draw a card. There we go. I'll orb your hopeful,
Yep.
and I'll falling star, one
Yep.
each.
Sounds good. All right. I feel like I
Let's
got
do.
punished already for sending in that Yordle.
Yep, by the orb. Yeah, I
Yeah.
purposely didn't orb there because I thought I might be able to top deck that star.
Yeah.
Uh, top 2 for a sentry.
Yep.
No, that's fine. Yep, you go.
Okay. We're ready up. Now this is a little bit trickier because now I have to think about what to do. I'm gonna get this Kaisa off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll try to accelerate Kaisa. Do this. And then we'll send Kaisa in. And while I have priority, I will give it a cleave for +3. Triggering Dreaming Tree.
Yep. Yep, tree dreaming tree. I will hexecrate your Kaisa.
Okay. I'll draw for the Dreaming Tree, I guess. And then your Hextech Ray will resolve, and I have
Oh,
priority
sorry. Yeah,
again.
did you draw from cleave there? How many cards
Oh,
did you
yeah,
draw
I
from
just drew
cleave?
one for Cleave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you got, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
then so my Kaisa has 3 damage on it. Right now it would trade. I think I really need this point, so I'm forced to cleave again. And then I pass priority.
I will retreat my Kaiser.
Yep, sounds good. So I'll get the point, and I'll draw a card for Kaisa Conquer, and I will end.
Ready up. I'll zap your Kaiser to 3.
Yep.
I will come in here with cleave to go to 4.
Yep. That one's dead.
I'll draw a card. Get a point.
Mhm.
1, 2, 3, 4. For another Kaiser in base. And I'll pass you.
Okay, sounds good. All ready up. There's a lot of runes. A lot of runes. You have one up. You have one up. Thinking.
One up, yep.
Okay. Sentry is a little annoying. A little annoying. Let's try this. I'll do 3. I'll play a Yordle. Draw a card. Yeah. Yeah, that is not great. You have 5 in hand. What to do? I'm going to tap 2. Tap Kaisa, recycle 1. I'm going to Falling Star, both hitting your Kaisa and base.
Yep.
Okay.
Sorry, she'll die.
Okay. And then I'll tap
There we go.
2. I'll play a Hopeful, and I will pass.
Sure. Okay. I'll hold and get 1 point.
Yep.
I'll tap 4 for a sprite.
Oh, the Sprite Mother.
Oh. Sprite here.
Yep. You got it.
Yep. Get a point. I'll bring my sentry back.
Yep.
And I'll pass to you.
All right. So we got to get to 4 points somehow this turn. That Sprite is problematic. You have 4 up. What to do? 4 up could be Smokescreen. It could be anything. It could be Void Seeker. Yeah. Wasting anything on the Sprite is just not good. Not good. 4 could be Stupefy. Could be Void Seeker. I think Smokescreen's pretty bad. We'll try sending the Hopeful to the left side. Pass priority.
Yep. I'll Void Seeker.
Yep. It's dead. Okay. You have 1 up. I'll play 2 for a sentry. Play 5, recycle 1 for Darius coming in ready. Darius going to Sprite location.
Yep, that'll kill the Sprite.
I'll go to 3, and I kind of have to send the Yordle to the other side. Go to 4 if you allow me to.
Yep.
Okay, go to
Yep,
4.
that's fine.
I'll tap 2, and I will play a student, and I will enter.
Okay. We can do that. Like that a bit more. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7.
All right.
4.
Is there rain?
No. I would never. I would rent here if I had it. To be fair, yeah, I suppose
Yeah,
I would.
rain would be good.
Topping 7. I'm just thinking. Thinking. Watcher in base.
Yep.
I'll orb of regret the
Yep.
Darius.
So it's
And then
1.
kill the Darius.
It's dead.
I'll cleave my sentry.
Yep.
Oh, on the way in.
Yep. Yep.
I'm getting tired. Yep.
Yep.
Get a
Dead.
draw. Is and pass to you.
Okay. All right. How do we get out of this pickle? Okay. I mean, if you have a second watcher, I don't think I could I don't think I could defend it. We'll see. Yeah. Yeah, you have 1 up. 1 up. 4. I could try going to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. That's a tough one. I'll send student. Where am I sending the student? Yeah. Something. I'll send student to the right. Pass priority.
Yep. He'll die.
Go to 5. I'm gonna play a watcher onto this streaming tree for 7.
Okay.
And then I'll send sentry over here, potentially to trade.
No, I'll retreat my sprite.
Okay. Sounds good. I'll go to 6. And then I mean, not much to do here. I'll just pass it over.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Darius.
Yep.
I will. Yeah. I'll cleave my watcher. I don't
Yep.
even draw this yet. Okay, I'll just cleave my watcher so it's at 10.
Okay, yep.
I'll zap your
Yep.
Thousand Tails, and I'll come in 10 to 8.
10 to 8. Ugh. That is not great. Not great. 10 to 8. You have a lot up. I think I have to do this. I'll tap 3, tap my Kaisa, and I'll attempt to Void Seeker your Watcher and give Ravenbloom a trigger.
Yep. I will react with Smokescreen.
Yep.
That's game.
And I think that is game, yeah. Because
Yep.
you Smokescreen this goes down to 2, and then you always go over. Yeah.
Yep. I have more cards. My hand is stacked. I won't lie. Yep.
GG,
Okay.
GG.
GG. Let's go next.
Okay.
Orb is quite strong.
That's pretty good.
And very, if you start with Orb, especially, it is.
Yeah, that Sprite Mother is crazy.
And the Sprite. Yeah, yeah. It really, really forces like weird plays from you. Otherwise, you just lose.
Yep.
Boom, boom. Yeah, my entire sideboard is about to come in for you. So.
Uh-oh. Oh my goodness. Obelisk.
Yeah.
I did not expect
Okay.
that one. Okay. Okay. I'll
You
get
got my list, you pleb.
I know. I didn't take a good look at the battlefields. I just saw that they were different.
That's fair enough.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I need
Yeah,
to grab
go for a second.
4, and I'll maul 2. We'll get rid of these 2. Yeah, maybe I should read. TCG players can't read, right?
I mean, that is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, free stopper and all. Yeah, again.
Yeah.
And you're right.
Yep.
Okay. You are damn right.
Okay. So
Yep. Ready when
technically,
you
I
are.
have 3. I'll draw 1 for a turn. I almost missed my turn 1 play. I'll play Sentry and
Oh,
I'll pass. Oh
okay.
man, 4 runes.
Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
Past you.
Okay, that is pretty good. You got a bigger unit than I did. Damn. Okay. This is awkward. I'll send Sentry to right side. Pass priority. I'll get
Yep.
1. I'll play my
Yep.
own Kaisa in base, and I'll pass.
Okay. Ready up. One, good to know. Okay. Huh. Oh, really? I'll go here with Kaiser.
Okay. I will attempt to Hextech Ray your Kaisa for 3.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
That goes
We
through.
trade. Yeah. I'll draw.
2, 3, 4, jewel.
Oh my
And I'll
goodness.
pass to you.
Dangerous. Okay. Already up.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I really wanted to activate him that turn because I knew you had the hex ray. Nah, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Okay. Well, you have 3 up. Could be a Void Seeker. Could be. We'll just have to take the risk. I'll send it in. Pass priority. It is a
I'll
Void
Seeker.
Seeker. I'll tap 1. I'll retreat. Kaisa.
Yep, sure.
Oh my goodness. All these runes. Did not expect all these runes. Okay. It's a dangerous duel. I guess I could send Kaisa in again. That's kind of silly, isn't it? Is it 4 and 2? I don't think it's sent Kaisa in again. I think it's tap 4, play Kaisa, tap 2, play Hopeful, and pass.
Okay. Ready up. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. I'll play Watch at a base.
Uh-oh. Oh, you don't have enough for Falling Star. Thank
I don't
goodness.
have enough. You're fine. I'll
Oh,
pass. I don't need to learn
okay.
that rune.
Yeah,
You
sounds good.
are fine, sir. That would
Wow.
have been quite devastating if I did.
That would be pretty bad for me. I'll try sending. Oh man, this Kaiser's just gonna die, but I think it's fine. I'll send it in.
Yep.
And then I'll go to
You conquer.
3. I'll draw. I don't really want to send into the other side. I don't really want to lose a hopeful. Lose a hopeful, yay or nay? You have 5. How do I play around a rain potentially? Thinking. Yeah, I'll play a Sprite Mother for 4.
Yep.
Sends in a Sprite here. Go to 4.
Yep. That's fine. Yep.
Okay. And then I have a lot of units that can get rained. So I'll do 1, 2, Poro, 1, 2, Sentry, and leave 2 up and
Okay.
pass.
I think you might have this one. My hand is not as good as yours. Holy shit, this hand. Great start, awful draws.
Yeah.
Jesus. I mean, I'll go here with this.
Yeah, you got it.
Got a point. Not really draw much from doing it, but I don't win anyway, so I have to play them out. But I will progress day.
Oh, progress day. The one
Yeah,
copy
if you've
tech.
got the yeah, if you've got the little time warper, it is what it is, I think.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see.
This helps. I'll falling star, the sprite mother,
Yep.
and the portal.
Oh, okay. Yep. It's an extra recycle too. Lucky me.
Yeah. I'll pass to you.
All right. We'll ready up. And Sprite is dead. You have one up. So it could be Ray, could be Stupefy. Could be Retreat.
I should have two up to be fair. Hold on.
Oh,
I
yeah.
should have two up. I spent sorry, yeah. I spent
Yeah, because you
I
recycled one, right?
burned 3 runes. Yeah, yeah. I spent
Yeah.
8 and I burned 3. Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense. Okay. I think it's always I play Darius for 5. And I'll give Darius a cleave. Goes to 10. Send it to if I send it here and I get smoke screened, I will get punished. So I need to send both. Pass priority.
Let me think. You're 11.
Yep.
I will Sky Splitter your
Oh,
Darius.
did not expect that. Sky splitter. Yeah. So now that we would trade, right? Yeah.
Yep, everything will die.
Goodbye. And now I can't even go in. I cannot. Yeah, I'm gonna actually missequence something, but it's okay. I top decked into something else
Okay.
that's playable. I'll just play Draven in base.
That is pretty
And
good.
that is pretty good. He is at 7. If I go in, it doesn't even matter because if you rain, he dies anyway. So I will. Is it even worth this extra point? Probably not, right? I'll end.
Okay. I mean, I know you got. That's fine. Yeah, I'll just play a Draven.
Yep.
And I'll pass to you.
Okay. Sounds good. This game is a lot slower than I expected with the
Yeah, my hand is really, really bad. And I've got way too many runes tagging that poor. I forgot my Kaiser Legend was tapped, so it was
Yeah.
fucking awful.
Oh no.
Oh.
Okay, I think I have to go in. I'm going to 6 this turn, so I'll go try to go here.
I'll
Stupefy?
do that.
Can't even go.
Yep.
Actually, I can still go 6. I'll send Draven in now.
Okay.
Go to 5. I'll play 2 for Ravenbloom, and then
Yep.
5 for another Darius, which will go here. Pass priority.
Makes sense. Yep. You
Yep.
go to 6.
Go to 6, and then I'll pass it over. Draven is at 8 or 9.
I will stupefy your Darius.
Yep. Goes to 4.
And then come in here with my Draven.
Thinking. Yeah, you got it.
Get a point. Draven goes to 6. 1, 2, 3. I will Void Seeker your Draven.
Yep. He has 4 damage.
Draw 1. 2. I'll Sky Splitter your Draven.
Oh boy, he is dead. Damn, the Draven killer.
I'll go here.
Yep.
Go to 4.
Yep. Your Draven goes to 7.
Yep.
Big.
And then I'll 2. And the only thing I lose to here is some weird top decks.
Yeah. I feel like I've burned out all my cards.
It's just Stupefy, Hexray, Time Warp. So I have to go here with this and pass to you.
That's fair. Already up. Let's see. Let's see. Do I have lethal? Let's see. No, I don't, because you have at least 2 might here if I watch her. I definitely watch her here.
Yep.
And then
Makes sense.
Then Draven goes down to 4. I go over with my watcher. To go to 7, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah. And then I think I definitely trade here with the student into these 2. So
okay.
And then I will pass.
Okay, I've top decked my mighty victory. I'll orb and Darius.
Oh no. Orb of Regret with Darius? It's kind of nuts.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then that one. I'll orb the watcher.
Yep.
Push 76.
I got nothing. Watcher's dead.
Get a point, and then pass to you. You still win. But I know you're sat in the time warp.
You never know. You never know. Arena's greatest.
That card has been in your hand for a long time.
It is. It has been. Oh God. I don't think this is right. You go to 7 points next turn, and you could warp.
I go to 6, right?
Oh, you go to but you could bounce Darius back. Yeah, you could potentially go to 7.
Oh right, I see. Yeah.
And then you could warp. So I'm forced to. This feels kind of bad, but I think I have to. I'm gonna Icathian Rain. Onto the Darius.
I'm gonna retreat Darius.
That's not good. That is not good.
Yeah, that's not good. That's a rough one. Yeah.
Yep. We'll pass.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the Darius again. Yep. Like this. 2. Yes. Probably the best. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep.
For my Sprite Mother.
Oh, jeez. It's coming.
Ready the Darius.
Yep.
Come here, and then send the Sprite here.
Yep. You got it.
2 points. There's nothing that really blows me out the game. Watcher would just go there. I just have to do this.
Yep.
And pass to you.
Okay. Can we get over this? Probably not. Okay. So you have nothing up. Okay. Well, we're gonna have to see what we top deck here. Let's try this. We'll do 2 tap Kaisa. I'm going to smoke screen your Hopeful. So it goes down to 1.
Okay.
I'll play my last card that's been sitting in my hand for a long time. It's Darius, surprisingly enough.
Oh, what?
I'm going to send it over here.
Yep.
Yeah. No second Sky Splitter or third Sky Splitter. Okay. I'll draw.
No, you get it. You're fine.
Oh, that's not it. That's not it. I got to retreat.
What could you get? Another Sprite? Oh, Sprite Mother would have.
I think Sprite Mother could potentially help me here. And then Rain doesn't.
I would have actually still won the game if Sprite Mother, you drew Sprite Mother. But yeah, I could have won on my turn, right?
Yeah,
I had the retreat.
You had something else.
Retreat,
right? Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Game,
I mean, Over Regret is quite the card as well. But yeah, it's mainly this Obelisk start, right? Because this Obelisk just completely I basically just fully pivot to late game.
Yeah.
With Obelisk, and you're still playing aggressive.
I
just burn you out a card. Right.
I only have 1 warp in here because I'm playing arenas.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Yeah, I really expected the warp on that. We can go to the 3rd game though.
Yeah, sounds good.
Let's go.
Targans. Oof. I haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah. I will go into. I'll explain a lot of the decisions as well, like the philosophy of Kaiser that I have.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I will bottom 2.
Yep, same here.
And ready when you are.
My rooms are a little bit bugged, I think. Yep. Stop that. There we go. Weird rooms. Okay, yeah, I'll just play it. Poro, you go.
Okay, sounds good. Oh, Poro's nasty. Very nasty. Very,
Poro's very nasty here.
very, very. I'll do 2 for a sentry, and I'll pass.
Ready up. I'll go here with my Poro.
Thinking. Oh. Yeah, you got it.
Okay. We get Targons, play Kaiser, and pass to you.
Oh, and 2 runes up? Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Targons. Crazy value. Okay, well, I will go to Reavers with my sentry and pass pro.
Yep.
Okay.
You may get that, yep.
Okay. Nice. I get a 1, a 1er.
You do get a 1, yep.
Now what? Now what is the play? I think it's just 4 for Kaisa in base. And then I'll pass.
Okay. The point for holding. I will Kaiser here.
Thinking again. I will use the Reavers and retreat.
Okay. I will get a point. I'll draw a card.
That's a lot of cards.
I will a lot of cards. I'll stupefy your Kaiser.
Yep. Goes to 3. Another card for the big pile.
I'll Falling Star.
Yeah.
I will target 1 each.
Yep.
I'll target Kaiser first, and then I'll target Sentry.
I will
guessing you're gonna
retreat my Kaisa. Sentry does die.
Okay. Yep.
And then I get to draw. Okay. And yep.
Okay. I'll bring my Poro back. Tap 2 for the Hopeful.
Yep.
And then pass to you.
Okay. This is particularly.
Now you've got a lot of cards.
I know. A little too many.
Yeah, some might say. I think I agree. Yeah.
Oh God, how do I use these cards? You just go to 5. I am very far behind. Is there any way I can come back? I guess we can try this. Ugh, is this even correct? I'll do 5. We'll try it. No. Maybe? Yes. 5. I'm going to send Kaisa Accelerated over here. Pass priority. Pass the Reavers priority.
Yep, I'll come back.
Okay, I'll conquer and draw. Yeah. That's something. We'll tap 2 for a Hopeful. Thinking of where to put it.
Okay.
Probably in base, and I'll pass.
Okay. Ready up. I'll go Kaiser here.
Thinking. Yep, you got it.
I get a point, draw a card. I will stupefy your Kaiser.
Oh no. 3 might.
Draw a card.
Yep.
I will Hexray your Kaiser.
Oh god. Yeah. Goodbye.
Yeah, it should be stupefy. Wasn't played 2 now. Yeah, I'll play Hopeful here.
Yep, you got it.
Get a point. Tap 2 for Pouty Poro. Tap 2 for Pouty Poro.
Oh no, not the Poro army.
The Poro army, and then I'll Pass to you.
Okay, already up. And oh, this is gonna be a tough one. Real.
This is one of the biggest blowouts I've seen in a while. I don't know if
Yeah.
you can come back to this one.
Yeah, this is
We'll see. Targons plus Reavers is
Yeah.
very good for me here.
It's
Right?
double bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You have 3 up. What could you potentially have? Let's try hopeful. Hopeful into. Is it even right? Is it right? Hopeful into Targon's pass priority.
I'm down to trade.
Okay, we are trading.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. I think that was not the right play, but it is okay. We live and we learn. And then now we do 3 and Kaisa. Actually, no. There's no way it's this. Is it even worth void seekering that? Hopeful. I mean, you go to 7, so you can't end unless you can't warp either. Getting this hopeful off or dead would be nice, but if I kill it, what can I even do? Not much. 4 and 5. I think I have to go to 4 here. So I'm gonna tap 3. Recycle 1. Sprite Mother. We'll send Sprite to Targons. Pass priority.
Yep. You get it? Sure.
Okay, I'll go to 3. I'll tap 5. I'll trigger the Targons after the end. Recycle 1 red. I'll have Darius at 7. Go to Reavers. Pass priority.
I will not move back.
Oh,
and I will Void Seeker.
Void Seeker. Okay. We trade. And
draw a card.
Yeah, I think it's looking a little grim. I pass back.
Yep. Yeah, looking a little grim.
A little more than grim.
Poro here.
Yep, you got it.
Go to 6. Do I need to actually do anything here? No, I just won 2 for my sentry. 1, 2 for another 2 drop. Lord of the 2 drops.
Oh, I got the rear guard. Okay. Wait, 3 poros and a rear guard. Damn.
Yep.
Very anti-aggro.
I think I run 1 sentry.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I guess that's fair. Sentry is not that good into a lot of those big matches.
Really bad into the mirror. It's just far too slow, right?
Yeah.
And Annie. Really bad into Annie.
Yeah. I mean, it's good into like a Hextech Ray, but like you're playing into one card. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, right. Yeah, people like really like fixated on this Hex Ray thing, and it's like, yeah, but it's good you draw a card, but like, how many times does Kaiser run out of cards?
Yeah,
we haven't won yet, right? I think you did once at the end of the game last turn, but that's because I was playing like super control style.
Yeah. Okay, so this is dead. Oh, I mean, I don't think there's any way I win here. I think I try. I go to Reavers. Try to actually no. I don't even want to push you back here, right?
I don't know.
I feel like you have too much. I think this is my hand. Let me just show you. I think I just
sure.
Yeah.
What do you even do here?
I have a lot of rays. And I think the thing is I needed to use the rays early, but the Poro was very hard
to. Poro is really oppressive. Yeah. It's to the ray. I don't think there's any way you can win here. Unless you only play it to like watch it onto Targons and then Sprite onto Reavers.
Yeah, go to 5.
And then you get to hold up 3 rays.
Yeah.
Because you have Targons.
I would only have 1 ray up after doing that. Oh, 3 rays. That's true.
No, you get Targons, right? Okay. Yeah, you get the Targons.
I forgot. I don't play around Targons at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably the only way to play, I think.
Yeah. Yep. We'll do. Why did it go down to the bottom? We'll send it here.
I do think obviously you still lose, but that is.
Yeah. We try these 2.
Yeah.
So I go to at least 1.
I'll stay and I'll Hex Ray your Sprite.
Yeah, so this one's dead. And then I mean at this point I just hold up 3 rays, right? I don't even do anything. I think.
Yeah, and pray.
Yeah, 3 rays, and then I pass it back.
You basically say if you can kill my watch it, you win.
Yeah.
Which is the only play, which I can. Yeah, I've got a Void Seeker,
Oh, okay, yeah.
X-Ray,
Nope.
Falling Star. Yeah.
There's nothing I can do here.
Oh, and a Darius. Yeah.
Oh, and a Darius, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can already see that, like, I'm completely tech for the mirror, right?
Yeah. No,
Obviously, it's just a failed
that was
sample,
that was very hard to play.
yeah. Like the second game was close, but my hand was like, the second game, like I managed to squeeze out a win, but my hand was like Sky Splitter, Watcher, Draven, like turn 2, and I was like, well, this is rough. Which is why I played Kaiser on curve and just prayed.
Yeah.
And tried to slow you down.
Yeah.
But yeah, even then, I still managed to run you out of reseases. But yeah, we can go through the VOD first.
Yeah,
If you've got
good.
recordings, we can go through the hands and see if you made any weird plays based on your hand.
Yeah.
And then we'll go talk some Kaiser, talk matchups, philosophy of the game, and prepping for tournaments and things since you want to go Houston as well.
Yeah, sounds good. All right. Let me pull up my VOD,
Yeah,
I guess. Okay, so this is the mulligan for the first game. So we're on Dreaming Tree here. We have Poro, Student, and
yeah, no, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. What are you mulligan?
I think I get rid of the Rain and the Student. Yeah, I got rid of the Rain and the Student.
I think I would have kept the Rain here.
Really?
Any reason you got rid of the Rain here?
The reason I got rid of the Rain was because I think I've been like, I used to keep like some of these key spells in my hand, but because I have 2 of them, I was thinking, okay, it's gonna be like at least 4 turns until I can use the Rain. So I probably rather like dig for like a Falling Star or a Hextech Ray. I think that was my logic here.
Yeah, I don't think you're entirely wrong. I think there's definitely, like I said, this is like a really small thing. Like you could mulligan it, you could not. Yeah. I said, even I said I think I might keep it. But you have to consider the battlefield you're on. You're on Tree.
Yeah.
Now usually Rain isn't that good because outside of Robe, because there's not many units to target, right? You're both like you're battling against each other. Yeah. But Dreaming Tree, you're both gonna draw your whole deck. And I think that your base is gonna be filled with a lot of 2s, a lot of 3s. Because there's so much value in your hand non-stop from Dreaming Tree that Rain will find a lot more value than average in this game because you're both just going to be shitting out your hands. So there's consideration to keep that Rain. And there's even further consideration is because you're on Dreaming Tree, you don't have to worry about your hand state turn 1 and 2 too much because you're going to draw a lot of cards once you start stupefying and retreating.
Yeah.
So there's definitely consideration to keep the Rain here.
I could see that. I can see that. That makes a lot of sense. Just because of the battlefield situation here. Yeah.
Yeah, just because of those battlefields, right? Yeah. But as I said, it is a toss-up, and I think some players would argue to get rid of it anyway to dig for the Falling Star.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna say that's completely wrong. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I can see that. It's like it's hard to tell what is actually like which would actually be good. Okay. Yeah. So I think I draw into Cleave and a Yordle, and then
dump the Yordle. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so we found the Falling Star. That's huge.
Okay, yeah. And then, wait, why do I have... Okay, I have... Let me just double check. Yeah, so we get the Falling Star. Let me know if I should like just skip forward.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm keeping track. I played Kaiser, you played this. Okay, now what do you do here?
Oh yeah, here I'm thinking, wait, why don't I Falling Star the Kaiser?
There's 2 plays here. Yeah. I don't think you should fall inside the Kaiser.
Really? You don't think so?
So again, what battlefield are you on? We're on Tree.
We're on Dreaming Tree. Yeah.
Does Kaiser drawing me a card really matter here? Probably not.
Not really. Yeah.
It's playing for hand value and preventing hand value on a double Demon Tree battlefield isn't really relevant. You're both going to draw so many cards, especially when you're running Yordle as well, right? Like, you're not going to run out of cards, they're not going to run out of cards. So what we want to do is play for tempo value instead. And there's going to be much better tempo value when you Falling Star Stupefy, right?
Yeah. That's true. I have the Falling Star Stupefy. So
not only that, but you're also holding the Cleave. So the minute Kaiser comes in, you're just going to cleave over her anyway.
Yeah. I think that's probably the reason I didn't Falling Star, because I was like, I could just go over the Kaiser.
Yeah, that's fine. So you open Poro and Hopeful.
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
Open Poro. Oh, like on this turn. Why did I?
No, sorry. On the next turn, you open yordles, correct? When I say open, I just mean the first two cards, like the cards you
like
hold,
this
play the
turn,
phase,
right? I play
Yeah.
Poro and I think I was thinking of just developing because I know that. Let's say next turn or this turn, I could, if I develop in base, I could potentially sack the Yordle, force your Kaisa to go into it, and then I can go into it as well. I guess there's no real reason. I just wanted to get a point, I guess, because I know that like if I can, I guess earlier on getting the odd points isn't as big of a deal, maybe. So I was thinking, okay, I could develop, I can get a point next turn, I can follow up, get 2 more points potentially, or at least 1, especially because I have cleave and all these spells. So I think that's the reason why I did the Poro and the hopeful.
So I would have done the hopeful, but why didn't we fill our curve with the other Yordle? Why did we
with the
just float
Yordle?
mana?
Yeah, no.
That we were never going to use.
That doesn't make any sense. Why did I not tap out here?
Why did we not tap out? Yep.
Yeah, no, I swear it went into, like, I thought about it for a split second, but I think the reason I didn't want to play the Yordle is like I would rather have the Poro with deflect in case you like falling star me or something. But
which I did do.
Yeah, I think you did anyway. Yeah.
But if I didn't have falling star with stupefy, because it has to be the 2 cards.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I have Orb of Regret as well, so I could have the falling star.
Yeah.
So that is like here with the Orb. Yes, if your, I said, I'm just going through a thought process. If your thought processes are with the falling star, I don't think I'd have made this play if there was an orb on the board, because that would require them to have falling star and stupefy, right?
Yeah.
And if we never tap out of the expectation of them to have such a low % combo in hand by turn 2, then we're just not playing very well, right? In my opinion. So I see your play, but I do think I would have just played the Yordle without the orb. But with the orb, and knowing the Kaiser's going to draw, there are arguments to play the Poro for the deflect.
Yeah.
I do agree. So just asking that. That was considered place the Yordle there, but good thought of the falling star combo.
Yeah.
The only thing I wouldn't have done is move the Yordle in here. I think it was really strange.
Even though I still get punished by falling star, you would still play the Yordle instead of like leaving it. Right?
In a lot of situations, yeah, definitely. Just because like especially we still have Kaiser as well in the champion zone, right?
Yeah.
So like stupefy, if we're playing around falling star stupefy, it's still coming at some point, right?
Yeah.
And I would much rather they falling star stupefy my hopeful Yordle than my Kaiser. If they so there's also that argument. There's a lot of arguments to not do it.
I could see it.
But this was quite a fast game, and I did have Orb on the board, and Orb is really scary, so I can see why you just said, okay, hit the deflect.
Yeah.
And I said, with the Orb on board, it's not a bad play, because there's 1 less card I need for that combo to happen. But the main mistake here, I think, was moving the Yordle in. I don't think I would have ever moved this. Like, 1 point doesn't do anything for you in regards to time warp anyway. It doesn't really create a 2-point curve. And then this is actually I'm developing into more of a bad play that you made, in my opinion. So you're saying I'm going to play hopeful Poro because you have stupefy, falling star, or all plus falling star. Okay, and then you move your Yordle in. So now you're saying not only is my base going to all be dead, my Yordle's going to be dead, and you're going to move Kaiser in. You have no units to cleave anymore.
Yeah.
To kill my Kaiser, you now have to kill my Kaiser with a spell because you've just waited. You're on a unit.
Yeah.
So you're playing around falling star and then purposely playing into it by moving the Yordle in.
Yeah, right? I kind of just defeated the purpose of playing around falling star.
Right.
I think I got baited by the stupefy because it's like I have 1 up. I could try to be like, oh, I could have a hex ray, but like, and actually just stupefy my Yordle for two cards. But I think I know it. I see what you mean here.
And this is where I'll go more philosophy later on after we've done this video. This is where I decided you could have the hex ray as a Kaiser player. I said if you have the hex ray, it's still okay for me, right? That I own about all the time in the Kaiser chat. I ran EV possibilities through my head, plus EV. Is it plus EV for my Kaiser to die to hex ray here? And I came with the quick conclusion, yes, it is, because you'll be down to 3 cards. I'll be at 7, and I will have more mana than you. I can just play whatever I want. I can refill my base, right?
Yeah.
Like my falling stars only cost 2. I play Orb, move Kaiser in. Kaiser dies. You go to 3. I'm at 7. 1, 2, 3. I'm at 6 cards. 3 mana ready. You have 3 cards, no mana ready. I am way ahead in my head, right?
Yeah.
So even if you do have Hex Ray, the Kaiser will move in here, and it will still be plus EV for them. which you need to really like consider.
Yeah.
So that was a chain of weird events there. Big mistake on the yodel.
I think
and
when
then-
I was doing that too, I was thinking, it's like, is it a wrong play to send in Yordle? And
Yeah.
it definitely was.
Yeah. So what we need to do is find out why you made that play, rather than I don't really like teaching people I coach.
Yeah.
Like, no, I don't like teaching people what they did wrong, and I don't like teaching them you should do this in this situation, because they don't really learn anything.
Yeah.
You need to change your mindset and why you've made these misplays.
Yeah.
And I think once you've at least, like, let's just go with like some really weird arbitrary thing and say you spent 2 mana, 3 mana. You need to really commit to why you spent the 3 mana. You've done this play. What are you playing around? And then your following actions that turn need to stick with that line of play if that's the one you're going to make, right?
Yeah.
And this was, I'm going to play these two. I'm going to play the Poro because I'm playing around Falling Star. Okay, I'm playing around Falling Star. So if he does have Falling Star, I need to be able to kill his Kaiser when it moves in. If I move my Yodel in, I can't do that because everything's dead to Falling Star.
Yeah.
And that line of play we need to make. We need to make sure we're consistent with the choices we make at the beginning of the turn. And it just seems like, as you said, you just forgot about it. You forgot the play you made, and then just
I like switched over, and I got baited by the Stupefy. Oh, yeah.
Right. Yep. And you didn't even like you. There is a thing called you made like a poker play with the Hex Ray. There is a thing in poker where you make a bluff, which is basically what you did.
Yeah.
However, in poker, if you make a bluff, but the bluff is still good for them in most of the time, they're going to call your bluff, and that's exactly what I did.
Yeah.
So you need to make sure when you're calling a bluff, that if it has credibility, basically saying, hey, I'm going to call this bluff. If you play into it and it's not a bluff, you lose the game, and that was not the case here. So it's pointless bluffing, right? So we just move to the next turn and see how the game plays out.
So you Falling Star, I lose all my units. Very sad. And then what do we do here? I think.
So here you make a hero play, I believe, and you Darius, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh no! I sent in Kaisa. Yeah. I think I Kaisa cleave over your Kaisa, and then do you Hex Ray me? Oh, you retreat.
You get Hex Ray.
You retreated it.
Did I retreat? Oh yeah, I retreat. Yeah, so here I was holding Hex Ray, right?
Oh, okay.
And this is another good argument is not one. I'm burning a room, but let's pretend Kaiser's untapped. I retreat. I draw a card in ramp, and I know that you drawing cards is irrelevant because you're already at 5-6 cards, right?
Yeah.
I don't care if your Kaiser conquers anymore.
Too many cards.
We're not running out of cards this game. Yeah. So you cleave over my Kaiser.
Yep.
Retreat. What do you play there? So is that you tapped out with Kaiser Accelerate?
Did I tap out? Did I might have used an extra rune by accident.
Yes, I was gonna say it may have been a mistake here. Okay, because where's your extra mana gone?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
More expensive Kaisa apparently.
Let's not do that in Houston. Yeah, let's not play a 2-mana cleave.
Yeah, no, that was bad. Yeah.
So you see how now you're in an awful spot because now you've put your 5-mana Kaiser in. Just all of this is off of you moving the Yodel in.
Yeah,
it's all of this, right?
Yeah.
This entire play is now doomed.
Do you think it was better to Darius with a unit here? Darius Noxus, right?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I do. I think you need to get units in base ASAP because you're in a really bad spot.
Yeah.
That's why I thought you Darius. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the reason. Oh, wait. I double cleaved. Okay, I see. Oh, because you Hex Rayed. It wasn't a 2-mana cleave.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I did Hex Ray. Yeah. So I did Hex Ray. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I knew you might double cleave or do some like Stupefy shenanigans. So yeah. I was trying to. That was me trying to bluff. Then I was trying to bait out any other 1-mana spell, which I did, and I retreat.
Yeah. I lost cleave value because I had to double cleave here.
Yeah. Yep. See, that's a good place to bluff. For example, I bluffed. I didn't have anything else. I Ray your Kaiser, and I say, okay, I'll just trade because I know it's a good spot for me to trade.
Yeah.
You go over the top of it. Okay, it's an even better spot if I retreat. Right. So the Kaiser's sat there, and now you're tapped out, which is really bad.
Yeah. Like it's guaranteed dead next turn.
So here again, great example. I did exactly what you didn't do. I prepped my sentry to cleave over your Kaiser, and you didn't prep your Yordle. I knew I could cleave my sentry over your Kaiser. You knew you could cleave my Yordle, but you obviously entered the Yordle. So I did the opposite of what you did and prepped for it.
Yeah.
So now you're in a pretty scary spot for a little bit.
I think this play. What do I do?
You headed runes a lot, to be fair. I'm guessing you just shit out your board. That's what I would do.
Yeah, I think I do develop. I play Yordle, I play Noxus, and I think I leave one up. Is there a reason why I didn't tap out, or could I have tapped out?
What did you do? Oh, you falling starred my Kaiser, right?
Oh yeah, I falling side of the Kaiser. Was that even correct here? Should I just have put
I don't think
everything?
that was correct.
Yeah, because
You hold yeah. So
There's two misplays.
Hmm.
I want you to tell. I want like to ask you, why do you think the falling star was a misplay?
I think the falling star is a misplay because I think the issue is you don't have that many runes. I'm ahead in runes, and let's say you do draw another card with Kaisa, you would be in a spot where you have a lot of cards but not enough runes, I guess, and then
Yep.
I could basically develop a bigger board in the meantime. And then I
Yep.
also get to go over your Kaisa for free with Darius next turn. Right?
Perfect. Yep. Perfect. Yeah, pretty much. And you have to also consider you have Watcher Falling Star, which is an incredible combo.
Oh, yeah.
To just wipe out a board.
That's true.
And you're coming up to it now.
Yeah.
So I think this turn in general, you're playing too much. Again, as a poker player, I always teach poker terms because I think it's just great. I think it's the basis of all card games.
Mhm.
You're playing with your own hand. You're looking at what's in your hand, 2 cards, and you're not looking at what your opponent might have.
Yeah.
You're just slamming Falling Star because Kaiser's on the board, and you're not thinking about what I have, what I'm playing, what I can play. You're just slamming cards, basically.
Yeah.
Not in like
Yeah.
a rude way. You're just
No,
playing
no,
with
no.
your own hand. and saying,
That's exactly what
Yeah.
I was doing. It's like autopilot.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And so you slam this Falling Star, whereas this Kaiser's doing nothing for me. And as you say, if I got a 4 points,
Yeah.
doesn't really matter. If it's open decklist and you know they're playing, they're not. Not only could it be open decklist where you know they're not playing time warp, which matters
Mhm.
even more.
Mhm.
But I'm hardly going to cast time warp this game at 6 runes, right?
Yeah.
The time warp is out the cards. So if I go to 4, it really doesn't matter much.
Mhm.
And if I go to 4, you kill Kaiser for free, as you said.
Yeah.
And you just you have the Watcher Falling Star combo, and you can just shit out your entire hand. And if I rain here,
Yeah.
I have nothing. I go back down to 5. I go back down to 6 runes.
Yeah.
I can't play anything else, and all I have is a Sentry and a Kaiser, which is great for you, right? You're then going to go up another 2 runes, and I've gone down back to 6. So you're now like what 5 runes ahead. You probably just win the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, big misplay there on the Falling Star combo.
Yeah. I think the reason I do that is because I like personally I run only one Kaisa, so I feel like if I can get rid of another Kaisa, it feels good, but I can see why it's like not correct here.
I think there's definitely merit to Falling Star and Kaiser on like turn 2, when they curve her out.
Yeah.
But I definitely don't think you do it here.
Yeah.
And even worse, which I haven't spoken about yet, I have 1 mana up. If I retreat her again,
Yeah.
it's a really bad play. Because you're Falling Star to kill a Sentry. And 1 mana is the only spell I could use really here to get value. So yeah, you need to, again, we thought we play the order we draw, and we're not considering our opponent's hand, we're not considering our opponent's outs this game.
Yeah.
And their outs this game are for us to play slow, because then they get runes again and play their hand. And we're playing really slow by Falling Star and Kaiser here.
Yeah.
We need to just shit out our hand. None of these cards have 2 of these cards in our hand have Accelerate. So they're basically dead cards if they're in our hand, and you decided not to play half of them, right?
Yeah.
In a game where we need to play fast because we're really far ahead.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's go next turn. Let's see what happens.
So we play just one, you play the Sprite Mother, and then we go back here. Back in this.
Yep. So here, for example, I am playing to my outs. I recognize that I am so far behind on runes that it's pretty rough, right?
Yeah.
If this game goes on longer, where you actually start playing quick and you realize that you're ahead, I'm going to lose. So I say, okay, I need to just start putting pressure on with the low mana count I have, and start trying to win in the next 2 turns, right? And hope that you are either bricked or that you play too slow, which is obviously what ends up happening. So I just, like most people say, why did you slam the Sprite Mother? And it's because I just want points. I'm just going to start slamming, which is exactly what happens. So yep. Then your turn now. I still think you're in a fantastic spot here.
Yeah, because like I could just dump my hand and then basically outvalue you, I guess, with all the runes you have. Okay.
Yeah. So obviously you can see now that like obviously you're still in a good spot, but you can see now that like the pressure's on and you have 2 accelerators in hand and nothing else.
Yeah.
So you play all these 2 drops and I can go to 6, which is a really scary spot because you just don't want that to happen that often.
Yeah.
Which is pretty much what happens.
So let's see.
So
I tried going in with the Hopeful first onto onto the Sprite, and it gets Void Seekered. And then I play Darius with the Sentry, and I go to 4. I think that was what I do here. Anything?
So you go to 4.
Yeah.
So what was the pressure to go into 4 here?
I
So
think.
again, you
Yeah.
yeah. Sorry, you explain yourself.
Oh, so I think my goal here was I guess like after reviewing it, maybe I'm not actually in a bad spot, but I thought I was in a bad spot because like I'm behind by 2 points. So I want to try to catch up at least. Try to go to 4. There's one battlefield open and one battlefield I can easily go over. So I was thinking, okay, maybe I can just like go to 4 here, and then that way I leave a few bodies. Obviously, like if you have a Darius or something, you just go over me. But I feel for some reason I felt like I needed to go to 4 at this point. And that was why.
So as I said, I agree. I think you're in an okay spot now, but as I said, I do think it starts to get really worse because let's say I don't know, it's me playing. This player has clearly realized that they were in a shit spot and they want to win the game quick. So they've slammed Sprite Mother, prepped the Void Seeker, and they're probably going to accelerate next turn and try to go to 6. Last turn, you decide to not develop base at all. And basically say, I don't care about my points. And then this turn, you suddenly no, sorry. I'm saying in the wrong direction. Last turn, you decided to push into a Sprite and try and force point. Last turn, what did you do last turn? Fuck me, I'm getting shot.
The one with the falling star on the Kaiser, right?
Look again.
Yeah, this one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Sorry. So yeah. So last turn, you basically didn't develop your base at all, and then this turn, without developing your base, you suddenly say, "I need points," right?
Yes.
It's you play against yourself a lot.
Yeah.
Turn to turn, basically turn or play to play, turn to turn. You do the opposite thing you did last turn, or
Like
with the
bipolar.
play. Like now you're like, as you said, you're sort of panicking, right? Because your base is awful. And so now you hopeful into that. Then you play the Darius and develop 2. Oh god. How did I kill that hopeful, by the way? Oh, I void secret.
You
right?
void secret it. Yeah. 3 up.
Yeah. So now you're in a bad spot. Now you're in a horrific spot.
Because I sent out the Darius, right?
You sent out the Darius, right?
Yeah.
And like the way to look at Riftbound is every time a unit conquers, it's dead. That's just the way you look at it.
Yeah.
Right?
I threw it away.
Yeah, exactly. So like now I'm catching up in runes, right? Yeah. Not only am I catching up in runes, but I'm ahead in points. I have tempo because you decided not to generate base last turn. And now you're in a bad spot. I would say now suddenly the EV is flipped.
I agree.
So now I play. What do I do here?
I think you Watcher unaccelerated.
Watcher.
Go in. Over, and then you trade. Oh, do you trade here? Oh, you cleave over. Yeah, you cleave over.
I cleave over. Yeah. So here, again, you see how my plays are consistent with my decisions.
Yeah.
The last 2 turns, I've said I am behind on runes. I need to win.
Yeah.
Here, like if I didn't, I might just trade.
Yeah.
If I want to go for value, but I say no, I need to go to 6. I'm going to 6. And I think I did have like retreat stupefy. I had other spells I could play if I held up more mana, and I was like, nope, I'm just ending it with my sentry. So my plays are consistent with saying I need to win quick. And now I'm way ahead, obviously.
Yeah.
Like not only have you played 2 sentries and not drew from them because you took so long to play them.
Yeah.
So even though you have a lot of runes, you don't have mana. You don't have cards to play anymore because you're sitting on dead sentries.
Yeah.
So yeah, the longer you sit on these 2 drops, the worse the game will get for you, regardless of what the 2 drops are or the state of the game. They're just bad. You need to find value early on. So now you're in a horrendous spot.
Yeah, I think I just stack and then you are able to go in. So yeah.
I think that is the only play you can do that. That was the correct play. Yeah.
Yep.
So if we can quickly jump back to the turn where you decided to Falling Star my Kaiser, just look at the good plays, what you can do the next turn.
Okay, I think it was not this one. It was this one.
Just after this. Yep.
Yeah.
So here we could have, what could we do? We're at 1, 2, 4, we're at 8 mana. We could have shit out most of our turn.
1, 2. I could definitely still play Yordle, I think. Because
so it's actually no. You could have done exactly what you did. You didn't even. It gets worse when I look at it.
Really?
You didn't even. Yeah, you didn't curve out properly. You could have played Hopeful, Sentry, Falling Star. You could have played all 4. But you put yourself
you're right. I have exactly 8. Yeah. Why?
Yeah. So now we're looking at not only did you not play Yordle on the turn 2 curve.
Yeah.
Because you played Power of Hopeful, this Yordle that you've not played on curve 4 turn 2 is sabotaging your curve again on turn 3.
Oh my goodness, you're
Right?
so right. Yeah.
You see how these chain mistakes are just ramping up, and this is what I mean when I said earlier that player agency and skill diff doesn't make that much of a difference until the little mistakes start ramping up. 1% EV here, 2%, 3%, 4%, and so suddenly the other player's 7% ahead, and that's huge. Obviously, in a swing, that's a 14% swing. You have a 42% win rate. I now have a 56%, 64% win rate.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, this Yordle sabotaged your hand for quite a while.
I actually did. Like I think in this moment I was like, oh, I always want to draw and see what I can get with Yordle. And what if I draw a Stupefy, you know?
Yeah. So like if you played Sentry, Hopeful, Falling Star, I think you were in okay spot. I think you would have been okay. I think you could have kept the tempo up with the Sentry scoring.
Yeah.
And then it would have also opened up the possibility to just simply slam the Watcher, and then the Sentry can trade with the Kaiser, right? Not the Kaiser, because Kaiser dies. The other, I played another card. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, I think you played.
I think it was Sprite Mother, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you could have just played Watcher. You could have done a lot of different plays if there's Sentry here, right?
If I had a better board, yeah.
If you had a bit of a board, yeah. So now you're stuck with these 2-drops. So now what do I do? So let's go to the next turn after you've made that mistake.
Yep.
So I do this. Yeah. Actually, turn before this.
Oh, turn before this one.
The turn after you Falling Star the Kaiser. Right?
Yeah. I think it's this
it'll
one.
be this turn here, right?
So you play Sprite Mother, and then you pull back Sentry, and you leave 4 up.
Yeah, right. So then your turn is you draw a card.
Yep.
Okay. I think Hopeful here at the Sprite is incredibly risky, for sure.
Because I can get Stupefied, I can get Void, Hexic Raid.
Hex Raid, Stupefied, like and I don't think I played any Hex Raids at this point.
Yeah.
I played 1 against your Kaiser. So there's like 2, and there's 2 Stupefies left. Actually,
so
I think
would I ignore the Sprite this turn completely?
I think you should ignore it. Yes.
Okay.
Now, with the theory of you being ahead, if you'd have played properly, here I don't think I'd have moved the Hopeful in at all. I always preach why this card is bad, but it's good in certain metas. Is if I'm holding a Void Seeker, I get to use my spells, right? I'm already at 6-7 runes. If I don't start using my runes every turn, it's getting even worse, right? Let's say on average, every turn you're 4 runes ahead of me. That's 4, 8, 12. If I then float 3 runes, it's 4, 8, 12, 15. Suddenly you're 15 mana worth of cards ahead of me. So there's just no need to move this Hopeful in. Yordles, if I Void Seeker a Yordle, you're quite happy. That's fine.
Yeah.
But to get matching value here on the Hopeful is probably not ideal for you.
You're right. I think,
and you can.
I think I was like panicking a little bit because I was like, "Oh, you're 4-2. I have to try to get like, what is it? 4 points." But given the fact that you left 4 up, I think like even like just not doing anything or not going in might have been like a better play.
Yeah, because like I think you're playing cards. You're playing with your own cards. You're not considering what I have in my hand or what my outs are at all, right? And it's very obvious I'm holding up shitty spells here. Otherwise, like Kaiser's entire deck is 2 to 4 mana cards apart from Darius Watcher.
Yeah.
So here, what we should probably do, I think I would just develop all these shitters. Yeah. I think I'm just going 6 mana, and then you hold a Void Seeker as well. Yeah, that's a great situation for you.
Okay. Yeah. And then
so So why don't you play you play the Darius? You did like the wildest play I've ever seen.
Yeah, I try. I go to 4, tap out, and then leave it up to fate.
That's fine though. I think we've seen some holes here. Playing with your own hand is one of them.
Yeah.
Not considering your opponent's cards and not sticking with the line. Not the way I'd put it to another student is you're not recognizing the state of the game properly and sticking with that state of the game. The state of the game turn 3 onwards was you are ahead.
Yeah.
You have time to develop base. You have time to get value and to win the game. And then you, as you said, you panicked, changed that state of the game, and started to play in the opposite direction. Right. So let's go game 2. As I said, we'll go over TLDR of everything.
Yeah. I think game 2 there was just that one. Obviously, I might have made some other mistakes, but I remember there was like one significant mistake I made at some point. But yeah.
Okay. You're going first.
Yeah.
Yes.
then
Why do we keep the Dariuses here?
I think I drew into them.
You molt or you molt? Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. What did you
Let's
molt?
see. I had Watcher Time Warp.
Okay. What's your time warp?
You think it was actually keep the Time Warp and throw away the Watcher and the Retreat?
Considerations, because we're on Obelisk,
Yeah.
right? If this wasn't Arena's Greatest, I probably would have kept Time Warp. But with Arena's Greatest, I think there's a if I play Arena's Greatest, it's really weird. Honestly, there is definitely a way to keep time up here, because if my opponent is opening Obelisk, there's a high chance that they're playing a high-end deck where time up might be too fast for them.
Yeah.
But I can't say that because I'm biased, because I know the deck you're playing against, which is me. So it's hard to decide based if I remove that bias. I don't think the mulligan was entirely wrong. I think it's tiny EV. I do think I would get rid of that. I don't know if I'd get rid of the Watcher on Obelisk.
Just because I can hit it early and I need it for the final push.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
makes sense.
Yeah, you're on Obelisk. You're going to find the higher end cards here are going to generate a lot of value.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is obvious play.
Yep. And then you play the Kaisa.
And the hand is pretty bad. The hand is pretty ass.
Yeah.
For you. Yep. I'm
And
guessing you play your own Kaisa.
I wanted to. I was thinking about playing the Sprite Mother, but I don't have any blues, so I just play Kaisa in base and send Sentry.
Yeah, always Kaisa here. Yep.
Yeah.
When I personally think if you have Kaisa and retreat, you always curve her out going second with 3/5.
Yeah.
It's just so aggressive. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I Hextech Ray. We trade. You play the Dangerous. And I think I sent, or you leave 3 up, so I actually sent Kaisa in. Do you think I should have not put Kaisa in?
Let me look at this hand. I would not have sent Kaiser in his hand.
Okay. Because like the only reason I sent it in because I have the retreat, so I'm like, retreat for Voidseer can't be that bad, but maybe it was.
Yeah, I think it's so I would have said, hey, this game, they're playing slow, we're playing quick. Now, yes, if you like Kaiser again, if you Kaiser in and they play Voidseeker, they're getting value out of their runes, right? Regardless.
Yeah.
But I think it's more about the fact that if you retreat Kaiser here, you got to replay her.
Yeah.
And that is very slow.
That's true.
However, you can go into Kaiser Hopeful, which if you didn't have the Hopeful, I don't think I'd have done it, but you have the Hopeful. So I don't know if you considered that in your thought process, but
I think
there is the Hopeful to play with Kaiser.
Yeah, I was thinking I do have other minions or other units I could play, even if Kaisa gets retreated, so I can still be developing this turn. I think that was why.
Yeah. So like the only reason I like it with the Hopeful is because Hopeful is quick. Like Hopeful is a 2-mana 4, so you get on the board, you get straight back on the board. If it was like just a Sentry, I don't think I would, because Sentry is so slow.
Yeah.
That I would just develop without moving Kaiser in. But it's fine to move Kaiser here with the Hopeful.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing you just replay it. Yep, that's fine.
And
excuse me.
I think you develop with just Watcher.
That was another thing as well. I picked this up straight away in game.
Yeah.
You immediately said, "Oh no, you're going to watch your Falling Star me," and I didn't have enough runes, which told me you were not looking at my deck, my hands, my runes. You were not paying attention at all.
Nope, I was not. Right? I was not.
Yep. It straight away told me you are not playing. You are playing with your own hand, which I keep saying at this because I was like, "Yeah, that's not good."
No,
I'll pick that up right away. Yep. So let's not do that. But we'll talk about it after. So you move Kaisa in.
Yep.
Yeah, that's okay. You get the draw. I'm tapped out pretty much. Okay, what are we doing here?
Oh, I actually played Sprite. Yeah.
Yep, love this play.
Okay.
Get a free point.
And then I develop.
And then, great. Yep.
And you trade Kaisa. You progress. And then.
Like here, I thought I'd lost the game.
I thought I was in a good spot too. But
yeah, the Falling Star top deck was nice, but yeah, I really thought it was just game over.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what you're doing. See if you make it a big misplays here.
I think I do. Do I? Was it this turn or the next turn? So I Darius cleave over the Watcher, or try to. Oh yeah, I think I did. I messed up because I think what I should have done, I should have played 2 Dariuses before playing the cleave. Because I Darius cleave, I can't accelerate another Darius. I think that was the main thing I realized I messed up on, like this turn.
Okay. What happens here?
So I was playing around Smokescreen, so I sent both Darius and the Sentry.
Yep.
But realistically, I could have just sent 2 Dariuses into the Watcher, like
True. Right, because you didn't now you can't even play the other Darius readied, right? Because it's already skipped the turn for it to be readied. Big misplay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just that alone, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you Sky Splitter me, and I can only get 1 point this turn, which I think was one of the biggest reasons I
that is huge.
got blown out.
Yeah. That was you would win the game if you had done it the other way for sure.
Yeah.
I think this was just like there are some things where there's no philosophy or anything wrong. You just didn't play prep properly. You just misplayed.
Yeah.
I don't know what. I don't think there was a significant thought process that led to this happening. You just didn't focus properly, right?
I don't think so. I think it was just like I saw the Darius cleave, and I'm like, oh, that goes over Watcher, and then I sent it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's hard to like, as I said, I always try and like teach people things of why they've done it so they don't do it again. This one is just focus better.
Yeah.
Just
No, definitely.
Yeah. Right.
And then I think at this point I just start burning out, or like I like don't have that. I guess I have Draven and Hopeful, and I'm still kind of focused on trying to get to 6. Maybe I should.
Yeah, I don't mind it. No, I don't mind it. So you play the Draven.
Yeah.
And the Darius, right?
Okay.
Is that what you do? You play the Draven Darius?
Draven Darius. Is that? Yeah, Draven Darius and to go to 6. Should it actually be Draven double Darius here?
Hold on, what? You skipped a turn for me. Go back just before, so just after you move in.
Yeah.
With the Darius cleave. That's what.
So you play Darius cleave. Yeah.
That goes over. Okay, yeah. So then we go boom, boom, boom.
And then
luckily, to be fair, you top deck Draven.
I know. That was pretty good.
That was a big save.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
so you get the Draven.
I don't go in here.
You don't move in.
Yeah.
I think it's correct to not move in here. I don't think 5 is going to be relevant.
Yeah.
Especially with me holding up mana.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And then you just develop a Draven and pass.
Yep.
Okay.
And then you move in with Hopeful.
Hopeful gets Sky Splittered, I think.
Yep.
And then
no, it gets Stupefy.
Stupefy Hexray. Yeah. Stupefy Hexray.
Which is fine.
Yeah. And then I set in Draven. Do you think it's actually just double Darius here? I don't know.
Yeah, it is a really hard. You put yourself in a weird spot. I do think there's merit to do that, but I also understand why you don't do that. I think it is okay to hold the Darius for another accelerate because you might get blown out by like rain or some shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's fine to do the play you did do here.
Yeah. So we go to 6. You trade with my Darius, and then you hit it with a Void Seeker and a Sky Splitter. Yeah.
Yeah, nuke that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm at this point, and then I top deck into a Watcher, which is not great. I have to play Watcher here.
I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I send it over there. I trade. Do you think it's right to trade with the right side here, just to get you off?
I also think you just lost the game. Why did you do this way? You could have played Watcher and Darius.
Wait, can I? Oh, like
you could non-accelerate the Watcher and then get the Darius in.
And then wait, not accelerate Watcher and Darius uses up all 12, and then I can go over.
And it's basically the exact same, right?
Yeah.
I do think that was maybe a better play here, like desperate play, but I think that was better, yeah.
Because now
it's the same pattern.
Yeah. Why did I not do that? Because and I would have at least a Watcher in base.
You just have a 7 in base, which is it's
okay.
But here
I think instead of like playing the Darius, I just rain your own Darius.
Yeah, I think you do both, to be fair. Or do you save the Darius? I think saving the Darius is okay.
Saving it,
sure.
Yeah. And then
sure,
you go there, and then I have a smoke screen. So.
Oh yeah, so now you could top deck. So.
Yeah. Oh, I drew into the smoke screen. So I think I tried to go over here, try to get something, and I got the retreat. So this game was This game was over.
Not the worst part is you would have won if it was a Watcher instead of the Darius.
Yeah.
The Watcher would have went over the Darius. You would have drew a retreat, and you could have retreat and then played Watcher again and conquered the left side as well. Yeah. So was a misplay there. Not to...
Yep. No, I see it. Yep.
Small misplay, but that one wasn't as bad. There was no big mistakes, right? It was the early game was a bit weird, for sure. Yeah. But the triple Darius Watcher is just a shit hand. Like you just have a bad hand.
Hard to
which is
get anything.
Yep. So we can go game 3 here.
Yep. Sounds good. I guess so. Now we're on Targons. I start off. I think I'm going second. You play the Poro first. I play the Sentry.
What did you mulligan? Sorry.
Oh
That's
yeah,
really
yeah,
important for this
yeah.
matchup.
I think I have Darius, Time Warp, and then the Sentry and the.
Right. I would not mulligan Time Warp on a Reaver's Row game, in my opinion.
Oh.
I think nothing dies in this matchup most of the time.
Yeah.
And the points go up really quick because everyone's just AFK bouncing their Reaver's Row.
Okay.
But so I think. But again, I'm indifferent about mulliganing Time Warp because it can also lose games when it's stuck on your hand. So I'm not against this mulligan.
I know for Reavers, I actually have 2 Warp, so that's one of the reasons why I'm more happy throwing it away.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then it's okay. Then it's fine if you run 2. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Sounds good. We get rid of those. We got a Ray and a Darius, and then my turn 1 is a Sentry. Leave 1 up, and you go in here. And I was thinking about Hextech Raying the Poro.
Let me think. No, I wouldn't. I personally would not. It's too much runes.
Yeah, I would go down at least 1. And then
yeah,
you play Kaisa. You have 2 up.
If there was like Falling Star, then maybe, because then you can still Falling Star the Kaiser. But you don't have Falling Star. There's no follow up. There's no aggression. It's just end game with some rays. So yeah, I'm fine with this.
Yeah. Okay. So you play Kaisa. I send Sentry over there just to get the point.
Yep. God, this hand is ass.
I don't draw anything. I think I just have the retreat, so I just play Kaisa in base like this.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. You send Kaisa here. I actually opt to retreat my guy instead of raying your Kaisa or staying and trying to ray the Kaisa. I don't know if because I feel like you have a good chance of having like your own Hextech Ray, but maybe because your hand is so big, you have like 7 cards.
Yeah.
So that's why I retreat here.
I did have I didn't have it. I did have something else.
Okay.
I think you should have Hex Rayed here.
You think?
Yeah. I think you're in a horrendous spot, and you're playing around cards that you're going to lose to anyway. Because if I have let's say I have Hex Ray here, right?
Yeah.
Or Void Seeker. They are going to kill your Darius or Kaiser instead, right?
Oh, I see what you mean. So like it's just better to get it off on the Sentry here.
Yeah, you're playing 2 immediate. You're playing around this turn now and not the next turn, right? Like you do this. You think, oh, what if he has Hexray? You pull down the Sentry, and then you have Kaiser ready, and you play Darius, and you're once again thinking, oh no, what if he has Hexray?
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
I see what you mean.
So yeah, I would just Hexray here, but we do not, and you come back.
Yep, I pull back. You get the Conquer, go to 3, draw a card, and then on my turn, I think. Oh, and then you, with all your runes, you Stupefy Kaisa, and you do the Falling Star, which I retreat.
Yep.
And then I channel, and then you play Hopeful in base. My turn. I have a lot of runes, but a lot of nothing on the base.
Yep. So now what do we do here?
I think
What do you do? I think you replay Kaisa, right?
I think I tried developing, or I accelerate Kaisa, and I go into Reavers. Yeah. And
yeah, this was a massive misplay to me. It was a blunder.
Okay.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what you're trying to achieve here. All you're doing is getting a point and drawing a card.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to move back, right? I'm always moving back. Why would I not? Oh, actually, to be fair, there's a lot of times here where I don't move back.
You could just stay and trade.
You just use your entire turn up, basically, right?
Yeah.
And I have 2 units. To be fair, I think it's horrendous. If I trade here. So I think you like.
Think it's
you could have. I mean, you could have also Sprite mothered into Hexray, and it would have cost the same and achieved the same.
Yeah.
And you would have had a 3 develop different.
I don't need the cards. I have so many cards right now.
Yeah. You could have just watched it and Hexray the Kaisa. To be honest, I don't like that. I don't mind that.
That's fair. I develop a big body. I get rid of the Kaisa, or like force a retreat or something. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm really far behind on base compared to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was better. What you could have done as well, excuse me, is push the Darius in with Hopeful onto like Darius was really good on Reavers, right?
Yeah. Because that forces your Kaisa to get off or trade potentially.
I'm not sure why why you chose the Kaisa out of all the cards.
I think the issue is I think I'm overvaluing Kaisa Conquer value. I think for some reason it's just like it just feels so good to draw cards, and it's like, oh, if I can draw more cards, it feels like I'll be ahead. But looking at the spot, it's like, do I need the cards? I don't. And
Yep.
deramping is also not that good just for a
This
Kaisa.
is like obviously I've already come to you with these reasons, which is why I cut like Sentry. I don't run Yordles right now, because the draw is not valuable for a lot of the matchups in the current game state, like Annie and Kaiser. It's really not. It's bad. And then in the games where you might want the draw, which is higher end, Aurora, it doesn't matter either because it's winning the game when it gets to that point anyway.
Yeah.
So now I have the weird sideboard now with the Sky Splitters, the Obelisk thing I'm testing, but before I did have, I think it was 1 or 2 Yordles in the sideboard, just when I go second as a 3-drop, just an extra valuable 3-drop.
Yeah.
And I sideboarded them in. I'd never mainboard them. I would never play them in most situations. And that, so you're definitely overvaluing card draw in general, and it's linking to this Kaiser conquering effect, which isn't needed. Kaiser threatening Falling Star is in itself good. That's all it needs to do. Making them Falling Star her is what she's for, to be honest. Into retreat.
Yeah. I've never thought of it that way. Like, get the Falling Star out just by playing Kaisa. Yeah.
And if you have retreat, you're in a really good spot as well, right?
Yeah. I think this game is over at this point, though.
There's at this point, as soon as you accelerate this Kaiser, I knew it was over. Yeah. I was like, wow, okay.
There's not much else I could do here. Like, you just build up a base, you come back next turn, get more points for free. And
you play a Hopeful. And then, look at that. Just
triple Poro. Poro armor.
Yep. Which, to be fair, Poro armor, but it did not make. It could have been any 2-drops here, and it was just, it could have been a 4-drop. It could have been. It could have been.
It didn't matter. It didn't matter.
It did not matter here. You are so far behind. Is there a way for you to come back?
Probably I don't think so. Not. I think the Hex Rays are basically dead in my hand because I can't use them like in the same turn.
Yeah. So example, here's a really interesting turn for me. Is I had the Void Seeker here, right? And I recognize that there's not many ways for you to get into the game. I think, okay, what if he has a handful of 2-drops? Well, then I don't care because I'm going to 7 points or 6 points, and I just win the game the turn after. So then I think, okay, what if he has a lot of mid-range drops like Hopefuls and spells to kill my stuff? Well, one, I've got Poros and I've got endless units. So even if it was like 3 sentries, it's just they're going to conquer at some point. So the only cards you can play that are even mildly relevant are endgame cards. Darius, right? Which is like double Darius. So you move the Hopeful in, and I decide it's not worth saving my Kaiser and Void Seekering this Hopeful when I could Void Seeker to kill something big, like a Darius for free. Which is exactly what I do here. And then is just because I know I can go to 6 anyway with the 2-drops. So I think a lot of bad Kaiser players would Void Seeker and save their Kaiser.
There's like no reason. You have such a huge base. There's no reason to not take the trade here.
So I took the trade. I Void Seeker that. The sprite was annoying. When I saw the sprite with it, I was like, that is the one card the mid-range card I didn't want to see because obviously my 2-drops don't go over the top of it. That was the only thing that kept you in the game a little bit, but it still wasn't enough, right? It's just game over.
The games, the plays from early definitely compounded this game.
That Kaiser acceleration and stuff, and I do think Reavers is bad going second in the mirror. I think if it turns into a race, and if they've scored first, they're mathematically ahead in the race, right? Like what the hell does Kaiser do if they open Poro and jam it onto Reaver's row turn 1? Like turn 1, then move it.
That Poro's never died.
I don't know what you do. Exactly. You can't target it, and if it's a sentry, it's even better because my sentry will never die on combat, but will always have you'll eventually have to Hex Ray that fucking thing, right? Or it will get a favored trade from me because it'll be my turn and I'll cleave it or something on the way in. So I don't know. That's why I don't really like Reaver's Row second. I think it's a really good going first battlefield. I think Targon's is the better going second battlefield because how do I put this? Targon's is only good going first if you conquer it and have Hex Ray or retreat. And you play Kaiser because then you can Kaiser on turn 2 and retreat. However, if you go second, and you play a 3-drop, 2-drop, and you manage to conquer Targons, you will conquer Targons on a bigger room base, right? You get 5, you can spend 5, go to 2, or you can spend 4, open your Kaiser, spend 3, go to 3, open a Void Seeker, and so on. I just don't think Targons is relevant either first or second outside of retreat. I think there's way more of a disadvantage on Reaver's Row, personally, if you want to play Targons.
No, that I think that makes a lot of sense. I think every game I pull out reverse roll in a Kai's mirror when I'm going second, I feel like I'm always losing.
Wait, really? I thought you said you were winning. Or you
I
mean
don't
winning,
know.
losing again?
I thought it was a skill diff that I was losing, but maybe it could be more Battlefield as well.
Yeah. Yeah, like obviously, this is why people say reverse roll's flipping the mirror, because if I miss a 2-drop and you hit a 3 or 2 drop, now you're ahead, right? Because you conquer reverse roll first. So it can be flippy, but on average, you're going to draw a 2-drop, so you will conquer it first with Kaiser, which is why I'm so far ahead on points here, right? That's all it is. Obviously, the misplays as well, but I was never behind on points. Not only that, but the person going second. Going first, if you do not have a falling star, will always conquer Reaver's roll first with Kaiser. Because they play Kaiser on turn 2. And you play it on turn 2, then they move it in and conquer, and then you move it in. So they're also way ahead on the Kaiser draw, which doesn't have too much value, but it's just ahead in general. So that's just the Reaver's roll theory. But yeah, so far from the games, we are making a lot of marginal mini mistakes that are really adding up, especially that first game.
Yeah, no, I
with
definitely.
the yawning. Yeah. Like, holy shit. So we need to really focus on our opponent's hand. Okay. So what I would say first is when you make a play, you need to. I try to explain it to someone else, and it's really hard to do to someone who isn't doing it intuitively, or maybe it's just sometimes fucking not locking in. Is every turn or every other turn we need to identify the state of the game, and it's hard to explain because I just do it naturally, and some players do it naturally, some players don't. It sounds like egotistical. And like the first game where you're really far ahead in runes and I'm behind, we need to identify just naturally just by, oh wow, I'm ahead on runes, way ahead on runes, I'm way ahead of this game. I've got more cards, more runes. I need to just develop base so I don't lose on tempo. And then the turn later, we have to reevaluate that. Each turn or each other turn, you basically have to reevaluate where you are in the game in terms of tempo, value, mana. If you're ahead, if you're behind, and if you're behind, you need to think, okay, do I win the late game? Do I win if the next 3 turns? Do I win in over the next 3 turns? Am I ahead in the next 3 turns? Sorry, if they don't pressure me, right? Which is what I did, for example, in the other game. In the Sky Splitter game, I was really far behind, and I was like, well, I'm just going to slam Progress Day and hope you don't have enough pressure. Because if I can Progress Day, draw more cards, draw a lot of removal, I can still win this game.
Yeah, and that's what you did.
Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah, there was no point in me trying to keep up in tempo because I was like 3 runes down. I had a lot of shitty cards. I was like, yeah, there's no point. I can't. There's no point panicking here. I just play Progress Day, and if I lose the game in the next 2 turns, I lose. But if it gets to the 3rd or 4th turn, I'm probably favored. And that was like an identifying thing for me. And then obviously the first game I identified, I'm really behind on runes. I have no value in my hand. I have no big dudes that I can get to like you did. I know what my game 1 deck list is, my main board, and it isn't big dudes. I mean, I think you run 3 Darius, right?
Yes. Yes.
I only run 2 Darius, 2 Watcher, and I run no Time Warps. So even when I'm behind, I can't catch up in that game 1. The longer the game goes on, the more it favors you. So I'm already behind, and the later it goes, it gets even worse. So I was like, okay, Sprite Mother, conquer, try and force points out of him. I know he might have big dudes that are really slow, so I got to play a lot faster. And I did that every turn. So identify the game states every 2 turns. Obviously, you only have limited time to turn, and you don't want to overthink it because then you'll get into like a fucking overthinking trap and you'll just paralyze yourself. You're just gonna am I ahead in runes? Yes. How far? Pretty far ahead. Is my deck list favored late game? Yes. All right, I can play a bit slower. Is my deck unfavored late game? Yes. So I need to start putting some pressure on. How do I put pressure on? And then work from there. And then you have to obviously you still have to consider what is pressure. For example, you falling starred my Kaiser. Some people might find that tempo. But then when you have 3 cards in your hand that all don't have accelerate and are all 2 drops and you can't play them on that turn, it's not pressure anymore. You need to get them out. Always prioritize those because they don't have accelerate. They need to get value. So identify the game state and hand value, matchups are all dependent and stuff. And then once we've identified that game state and you know your outs, you know your win cons, you know how the flow of the game's going, you really need to stick to it during each action needs to synergize with that. We can't be
flip-flopping.
Yeah. Flip-flopping per turn. Yeah. And then suddenly not filling out our curves and not playing our 2 drops and then panicking the next turn and going really fast, even though last turn we went really, really slow. So So yeah, that's what I was trying to describe when I played. Like you fall inside the Kaiser, and some people would think that was fast because your whole hand was 2 drops. It was really slow. Some people would think it's fast, but when your whole hand is 2 drops, it's really slow. Then the next turn, you accelerate Darius and you accelerate Sprite Mother. So suddenly you went really slow and then went really fast. And then it just your whole hand was completely unsynergistic from then on because you had 2 drops in hand and stuff. It would have made literal more sense for you to fall inside the Kaiser, play really slow, and then scrap the 2 drops the next turn and carry on playing really slow. Well, you would have lost if you did that, obviously, but it would have made more sense with the line of plays you were making. Whereas it makes a lot more sense to play pretty slow but develop a whole base that can go fast, and then next turn go really fast and still have the base to support it in this game. Identify the state of the game, consistently play in the state of the game, and definitely after every 2 turns, maybe every turn if you have time for it and the mind space for it because it can be exhausting, is really think about what your win cons are. You need to have win cons in your mind. You need to think what your outs are and play to those outs and consider if they're realistic. So as I said, when I was really rushing game 1, I was like, I don't ever win if this goes 4 turns longer. That is not a realistic out. I'm not going to hold my top deck 3 watches in a row. So I just need to play fast, and I played to that out. So play to your win cons, identify them, play to them, identify the game state, consistently play with that. Number 3, the big one. If you're playing around stuff, you need to consistently play around it. Otherwise, it makes no sense, right? Yeah. You have to either admit. Sometimes you have to say, if they have it, they have it. Sometimes you have to say, if they have it, I don't want to play into it. But if they do have it and I don't want to play into it, I need to be able to not. Rather than this is really important because you cannot do this if you don't think about it. You can't say, how do I put this? You can't say I'm going to play around Falling Star if they have it because it's really bad for me, and then find yourself in a spot like I said with the Hexray Void Seeker situation with the Reaver's Roll. Then come to turn 2 or the next turn and find out that you physically cannot play around it anymore, right?
Yeah.
Because if they have it, you just can't play any cards.
Yeah, exactly.
So you have to not only say if they have it, I don't want to play into it, but you need to think if they have it, can I not play into it turn 2 and 3 after this turn? Can I continue to make it not efficient for them to play? If not, then you just have to send it and say if they have it, they have it. Because otherwise it's just minus EV.
Yeah.
That is important.
I think for that situation, like with the Void Seeker, I was like, oh, okay, let's say you leave up 3 now. Maybe like in the later turn, I could take advantage of you not having it because maybe you won't have 3 up at that point. Maybe you tap out. But I think that's not good for like I think because like I'm basically betting that later down there will be an opportunity, but that opportunity may never come up, right?
Yeah, exactly. And as I said, I'm all for playing around like, oh, you've opened 3 mana, you don't get to use it, you're now punished. That is great. That is a good Kaiser play. If you're ahead on board, if you're ahead on base, if you can develop base. If you're not playing around it for the sake of not playing around it and your entire hand is accelerators anyway, and then you accelerate into it next turn, it's obviously just a bad play. Because as you said, like you're betting around it happening next turn with them now tapping out. But we have to imagine we're against good players, and if you don't develop your base, I'm instantly analyzing your hand and thinking, well, you don't have any 2 drops, he doesn't have any 3 drops, he don't have any 4 drops. He's got accelerators or he's got spells. So now I'm more likely to leave my Void Seeker up to beat your accelerators, or I'm going to push in and test if you've got spells. So now if you don't have any spells either, I know you're on Darius Watcher and Time Warp, right? And now I'm going to leave Void Seeker up because I know you're going to accelerate into me the following turn. So yeah, so you have to, as I said, you have to stop playing with your own hand and realize that your opponent is also a good player, is thinking what you're going to do as well, right?
Yeah.
You're basically playing hands up, right? In poker, it's called playing hands up, where they know what your hand is, the way you're playing.
I've heard of the term.
And in card games, it's impossible to play hands up sometimes. If you don't have any 2 drops, you can't theorize you can't like materialize a 2 drop. So you don't play a 2 drop on turn 1. I know you don't have any 2 drops. There's nothing you can do about that. But when you start to play around stuff really awkwardly and then force yourself to play into it next turn, they're gonna know you have to play into it. I was sat on the Void Seeker knowing you had to accelerate at some point, and you did. So definitely only play around things if it makes sense to do so in the next following turns, or where there's less efficient. It becomes less efficient for them in the next turn, or the same efficiency either way. Obviously, if it absolutely blows you out the game, then play around it like Time Warp. Like if they're going to win the game, you have to play around it really inefficiently. So definitely those 3 big points I think just kept pushing you out the game, and then overvaluing card draw as well with that goddamn Yordle.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. that haunted that like
The
literally found the
Yordle
next
and the
two turns of
Kaisa
the game.
Conquer. Oh man.
Yeah, and the Kaiser Conquer. Yeah, two really big misplays out off curve. That I mean, Yordle ruined your curve for 2 turns straight. So yeah,
Yeah,
it was not
exactly.
good. Yeah. So those are the strong things to consider right now. So when you go into other games, I don't know how much you think about your opponent's hand, like realistically.
I think probably like I know like certain turns I'll think about it more than others, but I think it's one of the things that I need to keep reminding myself. Think about like what they could have, or like kind of keep track of like what I think they have. Because sometimes it's like I look, as you said, I look at my own hand too much, and I'm like thinking about, oh, how can I sequence this or whatever. But a lot of the times like there's only so much you can do with your own hand, and I need to like spend more, I guess, mental space on other aspects of the game.
Yeah. Did you say you played Hearthstone before, right?
Yeah, I played Hearthstone before. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's a really big problem in Hearthstone players. Me myself, if I go like 10 years and kick myself on the head to become a better Hearthstone player, I would instantly do it because I did the same thing as you, where I was so focused on curving out that I didn't think about my opponent's cards very much.
Yeah.
Like it was called Curve Stone for a reason, right? No one
Definitely,
was fucking
definitely.
playing the game properly. Everyone was just curving out cards. And that is all the Hearthstone players I see come into this game and other card games that I've coached, like Gwen, do the exact same thing where they do the same play pattern every game. They don't think about what their opponents are doing, and it's like, brother, you gotta start thinking. And it was something I had to learn as well. So, like, if it's turn 1, I don't play a 2-drop. You know what I've not got? I've not got a 2-drop, right? So now you can really, really start punishing me and really start expanding the knowledge here. This is where it gets really hard, and this is where tournament players are really good at it. And I'm not too good at it yet either, because I haven't went to many in-person tournaments. I'm pretty good online for like Gwent and stuff. But you can like take a notepad, whatever, write down. Okay, no 2-drop. When he suddenly plays a 2-drop, you know what he's just top decked. He's just top decked that 2-drop, right? So now what does that tell you? Well, he's just drew that 2-drop. So now you weren't playing around Void. You tested, let's say, turn 2. He didn't have Hexer Void Seeker. So, and on turn 3, he plays a 2-drop. Is he going to have Hexer Void Seeker?
Nope.
No, because
Nope,
he's just drew a 2-drop, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So now you can really start nailing his hand. He has no 2-drops. He's got no Void Seeker Hex Rays. So what? Like, now you can start like, and you know what Kaiser deck look like. You know what all the meta decks look like. So you can really start nailing down what's in his hand, right?
You're right. You're right.
Down to like 5 cards: Accelerators, Time Warp, Rain, stuff like that, right? I was saying this to someone, before coaching you. Yeah, the truth is in Riftbound, you cannot. Let's say you ran into. I'll go into poker terms. It's called EV. I explain it a lot in Kaiser chat to try and get players to be better at the game.
I'm aware
EV
of
is like,
EV. Yep.
Yeah, it's expected value, and it's really big with stuff like Falling Star, for example, where you know your opponent doesn't have. This is huge. I've seen this in so many Riftbound players, especially aggro players, where they have no Falling Star. Let's say they don't have Falling Star right now. The way they've played, they could have played it. They could have played it turn 2 or 3 because you played into it, and they didn't play it. So you get, okay, they've got no Falling Star, and then your board is really big. So you're like, okay, turn 4, you say, okay, if I play these cards, I will play into Falling Star. Let's say Annie, for example, but I'll have a really good chance of winning the game if he doesn't have it, right? Like if Annie suddenly goes full aggro and spams her hand, can be really far ahead. And you knew they didn't have Falling Star the turn before. A lot of aggro players will not do that because you might top deck Falling Star. There is and it's like, oh, you can literally run the cards. Okay, he doesn't have Falling Star in his hand right now. I know he's not got that. I know he's not got that. There's 3 Falling Stars in his deck. It's 3 and 28. That's a 10% chance for me to draw a Falling Star. And it's 80% chance if I don't draw it, they're winning the game. If I do play Falling Star and I do blow them out, I go down to, let's say they go down to 30% chance of winning the game. If someone told me that I'm an 8% chance of winning the game, and it's a 10% chance my opponent can change that to 30%, I am going to go with it straight away, right?
Yeah.
I'm always going to play into it. Because not only am I not losing if they draw it, not only is it a 10% chance if they draw it, but if they don't draw it, I'm an 8% chance of winning the game. So that comes into like when you play around stuff is this EV mindset. You really have to identify. You have to identify if you can play around it, if you can't, and if you don't play around it, maybe it's just still really plus EV for you, right? Where if they don't draw it or don't have it, you're in a fucking amazing spot. And then you have to consider, well, if they do have it, maybe you're still in a good spot, right? So you risk putting yourself in a really, really good spot at the price of you lose sometimes, right? And I think that was what I touched on with a good example of that is the Falling Star Superfy against the Poro Kaiser, right? Poro Hopeful turn 1, game 1. That you're still in a really good spot, even if I have it. I'd Orb, so it's a bit cheap, but most Kaiser players aren't playing that. So yeah, EV is definitely something to start learning, in my opinion, because these players don't consider their plays any EV. And it really comes into play when you start learning how to read your opponent's hand. Because now some people will go, oh well, how do I identify what my expected value is per play, per move? If I don't know what their cards are, I don't know what it could be. It's like, well, you can nail down the cards in their hand and then evaluate how good your play is, depending on if they're top decked it or maybe they have it. It's hard against bad players because bad players might just hold Falling Star for no apparent reason and then fucking slam it turn 3, and you're like, whoa, I didn't know you had that.
Yeah.
And that happens in poker. That people in poker will literally play shit cards once in 500, like 1 in 50 hands. They'll play a really shit 2 pair of cards just to keep their opponent guessing what their hand is because they know otherwise they'll play hands up. So they'll play like the worst 2 possible cards. And that pro players will do that on purpose. Shit players aren't, but I'm just saying it will happen where they'll hold Falling Star magically and then suddenly have Falling Star in the best case scenario. And that's a good example. Is like you play Hearthstone. A lot of players, for example, Control Warrior. If you've ever played or seen Control Warrior and what
I've
it
played
is,
against it a lot.
They will
back in the day.
Yep, they will hold their brawls for unimaginable situations. They will literally go to like 5 health, and then suddenly they will brawl you and they'll win the game. And you'll think, why the fuck were you holding brawl for that long? And it's for that exact reason. They don't want to play hands up, and they want you to play into it, right? And they want to squeeze out the most value. And that can happen with shit like Rain and Falling Star, where they literally let you get to 7 points and somehow still win. And they're not playing stupidly, they're playing well. So got to consider that. But yeah, learn to read your opponent's hands better. It's mainly applicable for tournament play because it can get exhausting. I don't expect you to start like writing down in scrims and stuff.
Yeah.
But if you do go to tournaments or real play or you want to practice it, write down every turn. What have they not played? What have they played? What have they played in the best possible scenario if they'd have played it if they had it, and they didn't play it, so they don't fucking have it. And then maybe you 2 turns down the line, there's a chance for you to win the game if they don't have Void Seeker. You knew they didn't have it on turn 3. They've drew maybe 3 cards. They're at 27. That's a 3 10% chances for them. I don't know what the odds are. I'm shit at multiplying percentages, but it's three draws, each at 10% for them to have it. So it's really low chance, right? And players don't do this. And this is something I don't want you to do to Houston, since you're going to a tournament. I was playing this last guy.
Yeah.
Is Presto, me and Presto and Mo all agree on this. It is huge in Riftbound. It's huge in most players, especially card games. And it's a reason that people won't play Aurora, and it is the stupidest reason I've ever heard, because I said the deck is really strong anyway. They don't want to go to Houston. They don't want to get a 10-hour flight to Houston to lose game 2 and game 1 and then go home, right?
Yeah.
And they will purposely avoid situations where it's like 80% win rate and 20% loss chance if they have it, because they're scared. They don't want to. They'll want to play more games. They want more time in the game. They want more time in the tournament. It's like they are valuing sitting down and playing the game for longer over winning the game, which is it's crazy, and it is really common in all cards. It's common in poker. So like again, poker analogy, in poker, you'll see players sit down at a table, buy in, cash table. Max buy-in is $300. You'll see players, everyone's at $300. Someone will buy in for $50. And my God, they'll make that $50 stretch for the next 4 hours somehow. Because they'll just fold all their hands. And $300 players love it. And they call it fish. They call it easy money. Because all they'll do is they'll all in their $300 for the opponent's $50. And they know that person's not going to call it. They're going to fold because they don't want to. They've bought $50. They want to play the game, right? They're no offense to the guy, but they're probably poor. Or they haven't got the money to buy in the stake, so they want to experience it. They're not going to buy in $50 in an attempt to experience it and then go out on the third hand to someone going all in. And these players played that in Houston. They play it in tournaments. They play it in online tournaments where maybe they're at semifinals bracket. And turn 3, they're decided with a game-winning play or a game-losing play, depending on percentages. And they say, no, I want to play this tournament a bit longer. I want to get to a better scenario. And they never find a better scenario. They pass up on an 80% win rate turn. And from then on, they only get 60, 50, 40, 30, and they lose the game.
I think that happens to me quite often.
Yeah, it happens to a lot of players.
Yeah.
And exactly. And it's really weird to see. And it's a reason that no one wants to play Aurora, because the common sentences. I don't want to fly to Houston and miss my Aurora twice and just bottom out straight away. It's like, well, that's a really bad argument because you're not going to miss it that much, and the win rate is really high. So, like, it's just not worth. Like, it's really bad idea to go with that mindset because you'll just lose. You need to play unfortunately, it's a card game, and you need to play to statistics at some level.
Yes,
It's a mathematical game, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, never get faced with that paralysis in decision making, and obviously that will become a lot more apparent when you get better at reading cards, cards in opponents' hands, and EV plays, and what if they play around this? What if I can't play around this? And you need to get better at identifying that and just saying, well, if they have it, I lose. Or if they have it, I'm still in an okay spot, but he's now favored. But I would have won the game if he didn't have it, right? And then because against a good opponent, he's doing the same thing. He's saying, "Oh, I've got it, thank God." Now I'm favored, and now he's going to make a play, maybe at turn 4 or 5, where if you don't have something, he wins the game. But you do have it, so now he's not favored, right? It's a constant back and forth between these two players. And if there's one player in between those two players who is always scared to make the decision, if he has it, I'm not favored anymore. The other player will win the game because they're going to constantly get these free choices to push something in at an 8% win rate. And if you have it, you have it. And if they get that like 4 or 5 times, 80%, 4 or 5 times, they're going to win the game, right?
Yeah.
And especially if the other person's never making those decisions, if the other person's never flipping the 80s and the other person gets 5 chances to flip those 80s for free, he's going to win the game. So yeah, you got to do that sometimes. Obviously, that will, as I said, it will come with reading opponents' cards better. Because if you're playing hands up and only playing with your own hand and not focusing on your opponent, you won't really get to evaluate EV or these decisions very well. So yeah, that was just a little rant about poker EV there for mindset.
That's a very good analogy because I think personally, I'm because I'm not focused on your hand. I feel like I'm kind of playing the game blind, right? Like I don't know what you could have. It's like Fog of War, where realistically it doesn't have to be like Fog of War in that.
It doesn't have to be. Yeah. Yep. And yeah, like you're like, I'll not play Voidseeker, and I generally hear this in tournaments online that I played. I think I heard one the other night. I won the Rift Max one last night, and some player went, "Oh, what if you have Voidseeker?" And I was sitting there trying to laugh, thinking, "Brother, if I played Voidseeker, I'd have played it last turn." Like, what is you're playing on cards that are clearly not existent in my hand.
Yeah.
And I think, and then the following turn, a big one was what did I do? I had 9 mana. I had to watch a Falling Star combo, but I didn't do it. And I had to like Falling Star plus Hexray a unit. And then I like burnt a lot of runes for it. I went back down. And then the next turn, what if you have Watcher? And I was like, I've just nuked half my runes to like clear your board when Watcher would have done it for me. And that's only one turn, right? It gets worse when players are doing this over 2, 3, 4 turns. So like, yeah, you can start really doing that turn 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 onwards. Turn 1 is intuitive because if they don't have a 2-drop, you know they don't have a 2-drop. Turn 2 is a bit more intuitive because if they open Kaiser, they probably don't have 2-drop plus Hopeful. And then turn 3, 4, it gets a bit harder to read, and that's when you start testing for spells. You start basing on the way they're playing. Are they playing loads of shit to base? Are they not? If they're not, then they probably don't have anything to play to base, which means they might have spells. So then you test for spells. Okay, they haven't got these spells. They're probably sat on accelerators. But then they don't accelerate when they need to. And you look at your board and go, well, my board's not full, so there's likelihood they have rain and they're waiting for value and rain. And then you go, well, they're probably also sat on Time Warp. And then you can really start nailing down hands. And as the hand gets smaller and smaller, it gets better. Obviously, when it's a massive hand, you're both just playing fucking Uno, to be honest.
That's true.
Like, but yeah, that's really, really important to get good at if you want to go to Houston and compete, to be honest. Not too hard to get good at. It just you got to lock in, make either physical or mental notes on what's in their hand each turn. So that's a little rant on that. Anyway, I will look at your deck list as a little final because the deck list I'm not a fan of personally. But let me get it up. So as we saw in your game, you have 3 Yordles. I do think that's too many.
Too many. Damn. Okay.
I think if you're going to mainboard them, you go 1 or 2.
Okay. I could see that, especially after
just
the hand size I had at the in each of those games. Yeah.
Yeah, like on Dreaming Tree, they're definitely not needed. You have to ask with each card, you've kind of got to ask literally why are you playing it, and do you have a reason for playing 3 Yordles apart from hand value? I'm guessing that's the only reason.
No, I just like drawing cards.
Yeah, we never want to draw. We never want to draw two. How do I put this? If you draw a card, especially if that card is drawn by another card, you need to be able to play it. Because with Yordle, for example, we're paying a tax. It's a 3-mana 2. And the tax is it gets to draw a card. So if you never draw that card, you're basically playing a 3-mana vanilla 2, which will lose you games, right?
Yeah.
So we need to be able to use the taxes that we're paying for on our cards, and we will never ever. If you play 2 Yordles, I don't think you're playing those 2 cards against Kaiser. I think your hand is, yeah, unless you're digging. But if you're digging, you're in a bad spot anyway.
I think the reason is because I guess like at locals, I've been getting into a situation where we're both Kaisa, and then like we're just kind of fishing for the like we're on like 3 cards in hand, and we're at like 7 points, and we're just fishing for the final like game ending sort of thing. But I think that probably doesn't come up as often as it should be if I'm playing like better early game.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It sounds like you're just playing bad, right?
Yeah.
And in the case where it is, it's like, let's say again, let's run through the EV percentages or draw percentages of like who's ahead. Let's say Watcher is the game-ending play or Time Warp in play. There's only 4 of them in your deck. You play a Yordle and then you draw a card each turn. It's 4. It's almost still like a 15% chance to draw each turn, and then 15 again with a Yordle. I would much rather cut the Yordles to not draw for that 15% chance and have a card that will never get me in that situation to begin with, right? Which is why I cut them, because I just if I'm playing a card to hopefully draw another card in a situation where I'm at 7 and I'm stuck, I don't think I need to play that card, right? So I would personally go down to 1 or 2. 1 Voidseek is fine. 2 Voidseek, 1 Voidseek sideboard. I think that is absolutely fine. I do think 3 Watch is too much.
Watcher.
I've said this in the chat a lot.
Okay.
I think in games where you ever play 3 Watcher or even 2 Watcher, I think you've lost. I think that. So let's go through the meta cards against Yi. Ramp, if you have to play 2 or 3 Watchers, you've definitely lost the game. I think if the game goes on that long, I don't think you win. Because we have to assume Watcher can be played turn 4 earliest. So let's say we play 3 Watchers or 2 Watch. Let's say we play 2. Let's say we have 3 so that we consistently draw 2. We played 2 Watchers against Ramp Yi. The game's gone on to, on average, like turn 7. I don't know if you win that against Zonya's, Dead Blooms, and Aurora is even worse, obviously, at that point. And then MF Aurora, definitely not. Not only is that card getting ripped out your hand, not only is that card bricking your hand if you draw 2 early on because you really need to get points ASAP, but if you draw 2, if you play 2 or 3, it's over. Never. I don't think you win that matchup, let alone if you have 2 or 3 Watches in your starting hand.
Wait, but if you have 2 or 3, then if one gets ripped out, then you're still fine, right? Or like if you have at least 2.
You can still draw the other one, but my argument is you can draw the other one. But I mean, to me, MF Raw is a no gamer. I think. Considering
we don't even worry about that.
Yeah, and considering any card in that deck for that situation of facing MF, I think it's just rough. I think I'd rather go really fast against MF anyway, right?
Okay,
that's another argument.
Yeah,
I would rather see another 2 or 4 drop.
Yeah.
Because Fight or Flight is just really good against Watcher.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, personally, I would have went to 2 Watcher. I just don't think you need 2 Time Warps personally.
Okay.
I can see why you've done it. I was on 2 Time Warps, so if that's your preference right now until you've spent another week playing, no problem with that. That is completely fine. The mech, I'm not on the mech. I was on the mech. I'm not a believer in them.
Oh, you swapped off. Okay.
Yeah, I did. I swapped. That's what I did. I went to 3rd Watcher. I thought the 3rd Watcher filled the mech curve anyway.
Yeah.
Like I didn't really like. Obviously, I run the Sky Splitters as well, but I always just thought, well, if I'm gonna play a mech, I'd rather just play a Watcher in base. I burn a rune, but I don't really care. That was my. I get the idea is you can get a mech on base to prevent Dead Bloom, but Watcher does the same thing on attack, so it doesn't really make a difference. So I wasn't a believer.
Okay. I just started actually testing it out recently. I was trying to use it on my going second, because I guess like you could curve into it, and then it's just a solid body, I guess, developing.
Yeah. I'm not. I said I've just gone for. I'm not. You can try more of that one.
Yeah,
That one I'm
I
not
might
going to
test it a
say
bit
get
more.
that shit
Yeah.
up. Yeah. I do think the 2 range is excessive in the main board. I think I run 1 in the main, and I did have 1 on the side. I might have took 1 out, but I don't. I think you could definitely have 1 inside. Because like, what are we playing 2 range for?
At least when I think I might have been playing too many locals, but the rains have been coming in clutch because the locals are filled with Ari and Victor. So having 2 of them does feel really good.
Definitely inbred from the locals there. Because obviously, Rain is not good against MF Aurora because they can run on yieldings. And it's also just not that good anyway. It's not very good against Yi and his Dead Blooms with his unyieldings. I would say if you draw 2 in the Kaiser mirror, you're fucked. Because you play 1, it blows out your opponent.
Yeah.
And then what do you do?
You got no units.
I'm not. Yeah, you've got no units. It just bricks your hand too much. And then against Set, it's awful because they're unyielding, right? Yeah, to me, it's a great card versus Hook Darius. It's okay versus Annie. It is okay, but I don't think you can play 2. You have to only if you draw 2, you lose the game versus Annie. 1, it's okay because you go to like turn 4 and you just nuke everything in their base, and they have to have Vi to win. And then it's good versus Hook, Darius, Victor, and Ari. It is good against them 3. However, some of the Aries on win wall. I was a bit worried about that.
Yeah, or Mystic. That also kind of messes it up. Yeah.
Yeah, personally, I would have put 1 main, 1 side.
Okay.
And then what is it? And then I would go down to 1 or 2 sentries for sure.
Yeah.
You're also only playing 7 2-drops. I know why, I think.
Yeah, I was running 8, but then I realized, like at least first game, especially since I have a 50% chance of going second, I was thinking maybe at least the first game I don't need 8. I could just go to 7, and then later on
that is interesting.
Yeah, when I do need like the poros for my arenas, I'll put it my second poro back in. Yeah.
That is interesting. I can see your thought process. I think the issue there is you're losing a sideboard slot just for the turn 1 curve. That might not happen. Like I personally would have went 2 Yordle, 2 Sentry, and then put the power from the sideboard back into the main. I just don't think Yordle's good enough, personally. And obviously 3 Sentry, as you've seen, it's just very slow. Like it's really slow in the mirror. It's very, very slow against Set, Annie. If you play Sentry against Annie, I think Annie win rate jumps up by like 5%.
I can see it. Yeah.
Because it can't contest anything.
Nothing.
So it's like it dies to a fucking what's that? The 3-mana 2/2 that goes to an open battlefield, right?
Sneaky
like
deckhand.
You can't even kill that with it. Sneaky deckhand, right? Yeah, you can't kill Merchant. You can't kill. It just does nothing. Yeah. So it's a big problem. Which is why I went to 1 actually. Yeah. And I went to 3 Poro. So yeah, it's mainly just standing out is the 3rd Watcher and the 3rd Darius. I think 2 Watcher, 3 Darius is fine. I think a lot of Kaiser players do that. I'm not going to argue with that. But I think having 3 Darius and 3 Watcher is very brickable.
Yeah. I feel like sometimes Darius in the Kaiser mirror, it doesn't feel very good.
It is not.
Yeah.
Because whoever Darius is first, the Darius comes back after the Darius, baby.
Yeah, right? You're playing Darius ping pong at that point, right?
Yep. You're playing, exactly, right? And then the same with the Watcher. It's Watcher ping pong, right?
Yeah.
Watcher needs to. I would say Watcher and Darius both need to like really, really win the game when they're played. They need to like be slamming down. Which is why I went down to 2 and 2, but 2 and 3 is fine. I think it's okay because that double Darius turn on 10 mana is really good as well. But yeah, the Watcher 2, Darius 3. I'd probably like do like Watcher 2 and then sideboard out the 3rd Darius if you want to keep 3 against Kaiser, and then go out 2 Darius in the main versus Kaiser game 2 and 3. And then I don't know what I'd put in. What are you missing really? 2 sprites. I don't have the sprites. The sprites I think are just goated, man. These cards absolutely fucking destroy.
I'm so tempted to put it in main because like I know it's not good against Yi, but like there's so much non-Yi around, so like might as well
exactly
right.
And it absolutely destroys Annie. Like Annie's face is just ripped off by this card.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
Because they can't push back into it, right? If they like flash or fight backwards, it still takes a battlefield for the turn. I personally would. You want 3 cleaves, 3 retreats, that's good. 3 hex, 3 falling. 1 void's fine. 1 smoke's a bit strange, but I'm not against it.
Oh, I
think
have
one
it in
smoke's
just to keep things a little spicy, you know.
Yeah, I would go 2 smoke. I'm in 2 smokes, so 1's fine.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Smoke is
because
really good.
now that set is like popular, I mean, I'm
True.
thinking of going up to 2 as well.
Yeah, you could go like 1 rain for 1 smoke. 'Cause obviously rain is really bad versus set. Most of the time, if they play on yielding, which they obviously do. Yeah, I mean, personally, I would have just went like -1 sentry plus 1 poro, -1 rain plus 1 smoke, -1 yordle, -1 watcher, and then 2 sprites, and then you'd have almost the same deck, just
Yeah,
a
yeah.
bit less top end, less bricks. Everything else is absolutely standard, to be honest. I think then it's a good list. And then your battlefields.
Probably switch out
Arena's
the
Greatest is
Reavers?
risky.
Or
It depends. So Arena's Greatest, you played it going first, right?
yeah,
think
yeah. I
so.
play going first, and I also side in the Draven for this particular battlefield.
Yep. That's completely understandable, yeah. Yeah, I personally would probably side out Reavers and go for Targons, but that's what I'm on right now. That is my only test.
Yeah.
That is my test. Because I said in the chat a lot that Voidseek is bad
Mhm.
because it plays hands up. If you hold 3, they know you've got it. They don't.
Yeah.
They can either play around it or they can't. It's up to them. It gives them priority and agency. But then I realized, as I said in the chat the other day, it was like such a fucking god sentence for me. It was like, I think it was like, Voidseeker is a really good card in the meta where it's a shit card, because if no one's running Voidseeker, no one's playing around it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it becomes a great card. But it also allows you to go Targons and be super favored against Kaiser because they don't have the same spells as you.
Yeah.
Like a Kaiser with no Void Seekers against Targons with 3 Void Seekers and 2 smokes is way more favored for that Kaiser player.
Yeah, you're right. Because I was thinking I would put in all my Void Seekers on Reavers just because I can blast things at Reavers a little bit more. But
that makes sense as well. Yep.
I should just go Targons in that case, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Targons is much better going second, as I said, most of the time, right?
Yeah.
Because you get the extra benefit for voids.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I did, and then it's all a little bit of testing right now for me. But I do think I've not lost a Kaiser mirror or an Annie mirror yet because of it, because I just Targons and Void Seeker their face off. And then for my less, obviously Arena's Greatest, that is fine. A little bit flippy going first. I don't mind it. I really think that's fine. And then what else on your side? Well, you got this, that. Yeah, that's fine. To be fair, if I was going Arena's Greatest, if you end up not hating the mech, you could probably just cut mech for an extra 2-drop and run 9 2-drops on the Arena's Greatest.
Just for
game.
the consistency, right? Yeah.
Yeah, because you really want to be ramping and fucking flying points in, especially with Draven, which is something I might actually test myself. Like I am probably going to do that. Because right now I'm testing Obelisk and then completely pivoting to a control Kaiser game 2 and trying to outvalue my opponent. Because they're not prepped for Obelisk at all. So it's either that or Arena's Greatest is probably what I would end up testing. Yeah, so I do like that idea. That is a great one. But yeah, that's the little change I've made on the list right now while you're testing. Warmech Draven, 3 Darius. Yep, it's all solid tests and stuff, and the range and double time warp. Oh, I think that's everything I can cover, to be honest, off those games as well.
No, that was a lot of useful information. I think I'm definitely gonna be reviewing this, like the VOD of us reviewing the VOD for sure.
Yeah. No worries. As I said, like, especially if you end up coming back, if you have like VODs from tournaments that you want to review, that helps as well.
Mhm.
And obviously we can play games.
Yeah.
And if you need any advice just from chat, like messaging, like little things, I have no problem responding to that.
All right. Thank you so much.
No worries, bro. I'll see you in a bit.